Well, here in California, where we had torrential rains all last week, it is, gorgeous. And we've also said this about California. You don't want to come visit it in May or June and pretty much deep into July. It's pretty overcast. It's called June gloom and all that. And so the rains are here in, of course, April and all that. Well, I hear from, by the way, welcome back, Garrett, after
Yay.
literally 10 grueling, agonizing days of waiting to see if I was going to go to jury duty or not.
You're a topper, I've decided.
He went right into surgery to do that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But I was listening, and they're getting ready to run the marathon, and then Garrett mentioned it there in Boston. And, of course, they may cancel it because you're having very hot weather, humid weather there.
It's supposed to be 85 in Boston.
And so why would they canceled it in Chicago? What was the heat was the reason for it?
Yeah, because they know that, the front runners, they have no problem. They'll be done.
The Ethiopians, you mean?
It starts at 7 o'clock. They'll be done at 9. But
the Biafrans, the two Biafrans, the people with names so long you can't pronounce them. And I mean this. I know it's not racist. It's nationalist. They should not allow these guys and these women to run in these races. They live in a country, and they have this in their DNA, where they have to run hundreds of miles to find water and to chase these, antelope. And they come over here. I mean, we're doing it like a sport, right? Like when your mother used to say to you, run down to the store. That's not enough running.
No.
To become, no.
But you didn't run. You just went.
It was a saying, yeah. Right. Oh, as a kid, I ran down to the, in fact, I ran the mile and the 880 in high school and, was like the slowest leg of the mile relay, whatever that was, second. But I was a distance runner. The way I became a distance runner and a cross-country guy, which was 3 miles in high school and I think 7 in college, the way I became it was my bike was stolen. I was told never to go to Pontchartrain Beach because these toughs were there, these rough guys. And they would go and they would play pinball machines and stuff, right? And video, the beginnings of video games. And I was absolutely punished. I mean, told never to do that or I'd be punished. I had this shiny, fabulous bike. I mean, it was unbelievable. And I took it to the beach, and I went into the beach, and I hang around with these, ne'er-do-well guys that were smoking cigarettes and all that. And I played the pinballs, and I found I didn't like it. I really didn't. It didn't interest me, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a long way from my house. It was like 5 or 6 miles from my house. So I had hidden my bike in a bush where all the other people hid their bikes.
You locked it up in a bush?
No, just hid it. Just lay it on, just in the trees, in these bushes. I came back, and there it was with the other bikes. It was there.
Oh, nice.
So I got on it, and I rode down to the parking lot, and I'd only been there like an hour or so, and I ride the bike around the parking lot a little while, and I'm about, 12 years old or something like that, maybe 13. And I think, well, there's nothing to do at home. I'm going to go back in and see if I can have more fun. So now everybody saw me on the bike, all the thieves. I hide the bike back where I just had taken it out. And I go back in, and I might stay another hour or so. Well, when I come back, the bike's gone, of course. So now I have to fabricate some story. Meanwhile, I run 5 miles back to my home, exhausted. I get in and I begin fabricating the story that after dinner I'm going to go out and my bike is going to be, have been stolen from the driveway. So dinner goes. I go outside. I go, oh my God, my bike's been stolen. So my dad comes out, my mother comes out, and there's a big discussion about the bike being stolen and all of this. And for some reason, my dad didn't believe it. I don't know why. Well, my stupid fucking brother comes home. He's like 18 years old, 19 years old. He comes in, and he goes, what's up? And I go, my bike's been stolen. He goes, what? I go, my bike, I parked it in the carport and it's been stolen. He goes, no, I saw it. I saw it a couple hours ago. Yes. So whatever the lie was, whatever the timeline was, my brother destroyed my timeline, right? And my dad went, what? And my brother's so dumb, he wasn't lying, right? He was, I pulled this far. Well, man, my father goes like this, I knew it! Like that. So my mother holds him back because he's going to, wants to beat the shit out of me for lying. And the bike, cost, $300 or some horrifying amount of money that he couldn't believe. So he sends me in my room, and don't come out of there until you're ready to confess. Well, I came out streaming of tears, and I confessed. Okay, I did it. I went to the beach, and I did that. And my dad kept saying, I knew it. I knew he was a lying little bastard. And my mother, oh, my God, Harry, please. Mrs. Conus will hear you, please. This fucking woman next door, I was worried about she could fucking hear us. And so my dad gets madder than hell and sentences me to whatever the hell. And I think I had a big party for my birthday coming, canceled the party. I was bad, all bad. And then I believe was making me clean out the horrifying garage or whatever, and I didn't do it properly. And then he spanked the shit out of me with a belt, like on my ass. It was terrible because I lied and I lost this expensive bike. Never would I have a bike again. So my friends would come over with their bikes, and I ran alongside of them everywhere they went. I was like a little crippled kid. And I did. So they would come over with the bikes, and they would go, we're going to go down to, St. Francis Cabrini and play ball or whatever. Well, I didn't have a bike. So if I didn't ride on somebody's, back of their bike or whatever, I didn't like being on the handlebars. Too nervous. No. I was too nervous. See, I was always frightened and still am that something's going to happen. So I watch everything. I watch how I get in the car. I mean, at this point, I'm old enough to where if I go, it's okay. But there was a time when I really valued my life. And I've always been nervous about gasoline smells or things that don't look right. As you know, you went with me to the concert. Yes. And when I saw the Killers following us, I'm always aware of it. Well, so I was nervous about riding on the handlebars. I began to run and run and run. I could almost run as fast or faster than their bikes could get certain places. And I would probably was clocking, 30 miles a week, right? Ran everywhere. And so then one day, my dad takes me to this athletic club where 20 laps is a mile, and my brother and another guy run, and the next thing you know, I run some kind of crazy time on this thing. And the guy comes out from the office. He goes, who's that kid? And my father says, that's my son. I want to say, yeah, the one you punished. I have no fucking bicycle, and that's why I can run the fucking mile. And so, but I didn't. So the next thing you know, they put me on the AAU, team. I became a miler. And I ran for years. I was a miler. And it started because of, not having the bike. Well, I get to college, and they give a scholarship to a guy from fucking, Biafra. So I get out there, and my times were not great. I probably ran it, this is slow, but it was good enough to place a lot of times. I would run like a 4:20 mile, 4:25, right? Wow. I have a nephew that runs a 4:15. But there were guys there was 100 guys ahead of me running, oh my God, 4:04, 4:05, and there are guys in high school to this day that are running that, right?
When did the 4-minute mile get broken?
It was broken by Roger Bannister many years ago, a guy that had polio or something, but the 4-minute mile is very difficult to consistently break. So among high school kids and college kids who are really fast,
right around 4, yeah.
Well, but 4:30 is slow. It's not, but for me, it was really fast, and sometimes it would get me to place, right? Maybe I could come in third or something like that, right? Depending on who I was running against. But I think the Louisiana State champion was 4:07 the year that I ran a 4:30. I have a nephew that runs a 4:15, and some colleges are looking at him now, right? But really what I ran was the 880, right? I like to run that middle distance. So I became really good at this. Well, I go to college, and they get some guy from fucking Biafra. And This guy fucking took off. He was gone. He was fucking gone. So I go to the coach. I go, what do you do? He goes, well, we got this guy. He's a fucking scholar. Well, he was chasing fucking yaks all of his life.
Necessity for him to know how to run.
And he didn't even breathe hard. The other people that could run were people from behind the Iron Curtain. Do you remember this?
Really?
Oh, my God. For years and years, the distance runners, especially the women, came from behind the Iron Curtain, and every one of these women's names was Gerda. Every single one of them. Gerda Whites, Gerda this, Gerda that. And they were the distance runners for a long time.
I know they've been the swimmers.
Well, they were being chased behind the Iron Curtain. They were definitely being chased, or they'd run or swim or whatever the deal was. But so that was it for me. This guy was fast, and then they started, then the soccer team, they started getting, scholarship guys from Colombia and Mexico and all over the place. And the same thing with some college baseball teams. And the next thing you know, and that, how some guys that you ask them, how did you become a Republican or a Democrat and it was something that happened in their childhood or when they were in their formative years. To this day, when I see that group of individuals lined up with those big long names, and they are from Ethiopia, the Sudan, whatever. And I look and I go, well, that's just not fair. It's the Boston Marathon. It was started for nice people from Boston to run. It would be the Chicago Marathon, the New York Marathon. It's not the Ethiopian Marathon. It's not the Kenyan Marathon. Mm-hmm. They ought to have a special marathon for people whose ancestors have been chased by wildlife. That's what they ought to have. That's the truth.
I agree.
And it ought to be you have to be an American citizen to run in it. Now if they want to become an American citizen and take the test and everything else, okay, all right, fine. But most of them aren't going to do that because they just go to Berlin and win that one. And they get lots of money, these guys. So you're saying that they might cancel the
Well, they haven't now, then they didn't. But they were saying, for the guy that's just going to run it once this year, and it's going to take him 4.5 hours, he's out there right at noon in the, hot sun. Mm-hmm. He might pass out or not know how to handle it.
Here's the other one. Friends of mine for years ran in the marathon. Christina, do you have a friend that has run in the marathon? Do you have any friends at all? None. Garrett, do you have a friend that's run? You do.
One.
And it's a guy or a woman?
A guy.
And he did it for, what was his reason for doing it?
Like a bucket list kind of item.
Thank you. Got to do it. It's got to be done. I had a friend who trained for a year, and a week before the thing broke his toe. Got up in the middle of the night to get some water, slammed his toe into a chair. And, he ran it. He was so proud. He ran it like 4 hours and 95 minutes or something like that, And so I believe he took a shot or something crazy and ran it anyway.
His foot must have ached for weeks after.
It was like 12 years ago, and he has not finished yet. That's how long. They're still waiting. They're waiting for him to come in. But, yeah, and so it was one of these, he had to do it and all. Now, remember, I ran track and cross country, and I said, that's ridiculous, stupid. For what reason? You'll never do it again. And it's 26 miles. It's the most ridiculous length. And triathletes kind of drive me a little nuts also.
That's just insane.
You have to abandon your family to be a triathlete. Yeah, 5-6 hours a day. Not the
Kenyans?
No. Not the Somali triathlete, okay? Here's the Somali triathlete. He robs a giant tanker, okay, in the morning. Comes back with hostages, docks his boat, and then swims 4 miles to his village.
To his pirate
boat. From his pirate boat. Then runs another 19 miles, after an antelope. And then what's the other? Oh, no. Then he steals a bicycle and rides home. That's how they train. On a daily fucking basis. I've been writing a lot of letters to editors lately. As you get older, you're grumpier. You're just grumpy. No, I email. This is one that's going in. Yeah. There was an Easter Sunday whatever, people singing and everything else, in the middle of my town, right outside of the courthouse. And it's a sunken garden, and it's this beautiful area, and all of these, Jesus aficionados are down there. And I wrote a letter to the front page showing the service, and I said, are you kidding me? And, of course, I write, I'm a Republican and a Christian, and I am totally against the unsightly, display. And I was nowhere near this. I just saw it in the paper. My sons and I, as we walked to enjoying our afternoon, our Easter afternoon, my sons and I noticed that many of the people that were in attendance looked like they were just either homeless people or people that are interested in the snacks that were being served rather than the loud, ridiculous message of evangelical Christianity. I swear to God. Well, this woman wrote me back a 3-page letter. And so I wrote her back, God, you must be either really a nice person or really bored. Idiot. Yeah, letters to the editor. They've been writing about Vin Scully in L.A. He's like 150 years old. He's been the announcer there forever.
He can't keep up?
Well, he only does the home games on the radio, right? But he's 89 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't care about anything in L.A. For those of you who go, gee, why don't you have football in the second largest market, and we haven't had it for 25 years. Why isn't there NFL football? Because there's no passion there. There's no passion. Watch the elections. We're the last ones to vote, and who cares? We never do anything, even in the elections. It's a passionless place. It is sunshine. It is pretending that you accept everybody. It is walking around and, enjoying the outdoors and have a good day and all that other shit. There's no passion there at all, except for Vin Scully. They are so passionate for this guy. And he looks like, Brigham Young, one of those Mormons that settled the horrifying Utah Salt Lake, the Great Salt Lake. So they love him. So my buddy Charlie Steiner has been the announcer with Vin, for the last 10 years almost, right? 8 or 9 years or something like that.
Does he do the full game, Vin Scully?
He does the whole game.
Phil Rizzuto used to leave at like the 6th, 7th inning for the Yankees.
Well, I think that Vin does the home games and he splits it with Charlie, however they do it, right? And then he doesn't do any of the away games. They wrote articles about Vin Scully. This has been going on for a month. Maybe he's been there 50 years or whatever. One after another. They never mentioned Charlie Steiner one time in one article. And he was the Yankees announcer and he was the Dodgers announcer. I don't think that's ever been done in the history of baseball that a guy did the Dodgers and the Yankees. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think he did. And he was a great Yankees announcer, and he ran into a complete asshole there, too. What's that guy's name? John. There's a horrifying woman on there with him. John
Sterling.
What an asshole.
Oh, for the Yankees, yeah.
In person, face to face, to say, how you doing? Backstabbing asshole, in my opinion. And then they hire a Long Island housewife to be his announcing
Susan Waldman.
partner. Have you heard these two?
With a Boston accent.
She's terrible.
Oh, my God. It is embarrassing. And they get rid of Charlie Steiner, who's a great guy, nice guy, no trouble whatsoever. And who grabs him? The Dodgers grab him within 5 minutes. So this was years ago, right? And he never said a word to me about any of these people. He really doesn't comment. He goes over to the Dodgers, and, Vin is, getting older and older, and they don't mention him in any of the articles. So I got on my computer, my friends, letter to the editor, or, to the guy, whatever his name is, that wrote the article, and I said, hey, what's the deal? Charlie Steiner's over there doing all the heavy lifting. Is he not the heir apparent to Vin Scully? And I write this whole thing, what a great guy he is. Well, I get nothing back from the smart aleck, sports writer of the L.A. Times.
Now, do they have
if you
op-ed in the paper? Do they print some of them?
No, I looked. They didn't print it.
No.
The religious one they'll never print. It was front page, and the woman's some big right-wing idiot. This woman, her name is Wendy McCaw. she's with some guy, and he starts some giant telephone company or whatever. He sells it for $1 billion. They get divorced. She gets $500 million in a divorce. And she's like a complete, like, nutcase. And she moves to Santa Barbara. She buys the newspaper and the television station and a radio station. And she begins to, like, control the media in this town. It was hysterical. And I looked at it, I went, you know, and she fired people, and they sued her, and the union, and it was wild. And she's just got all this money. And it's kind of like, fuck you. And on one level, it's kind of funny, but she also has a boyfriend who is her second in command, and he apparently was the food editor of the newspaper, and his name is like Baron, you know, Don Rothschild or some nonsensical name, right? Yeah, but she's just rich, and she buys stuff. And so the newspaper was giving her some shit, she bought it. TV station, she didn't like the shows, she bought the TV station. Yeah, owns it all. And, you know, unbelievable. And you look at that, and I go, wow, you know, that would be fun, wouldn't it? So she's a big right-wing person, and so, no, they're not going to ever print anything in the paper that doesn't, you know, go with her politics. Let's go to Bill of Pittsburgh, and in a few moments you will hear the heart-wrenching recovery story of Garrett Andritz, and I'll have to say this, and the mystery kidney stone. The mystery kidney stone. Yes, Bill.
You know, Jay, when I was 5 years old, I bought my first bike for $5. It had like a banana seat, angel handlebars.
What was that, in 07? In 1907, you bought it for $5?
No, it was the early 60s.
You bought a bicycle for $5.
Yeah,
right.
Used. So my point is this.
Hold on a minute. Really? You're kidding. It wasn't used, was it?
My point is this. When your bike got stolen, why do you spend $10 and buy yourself some used bicycle to ride around so you have to run around town?
My dad told me no bike. Ever.
You didn't have a bike.
No bike. No nothing. And you know what? Once you beat the crap out of me and yell at me and I'm in the wrong, I do what I'm told after that. Never do it again. And so what would I have done? Hidden the bike somewhere and, you know what?
I didn't realize you had a no bike restriction.
No bike. That's it. Never again would you have a bike. Oh, no. Awful. And he was also famous for punishing me the entire summer. He did that a couple of times. And I would be like 16 years old, punished for the entire summer. And I would have to play with the 10-year-old kids in the neighborhood. I was so bored, Garrett. I'd play
no
like,
wonder you're so fucked up, man.
Well, the parents must have thought that, I was like some pedophile. But I was like a junior in high school. I flunked something, and then I told another lie, did something. I went for a jog. 2 years later, I'm like the big miler at my school, right? I go for this jog knowing full well there's a forbidden party I'm not supposed to go to because I'd flunked. And I have to take this conditional exam and maybe even go to summer school, which was unheard of in my family. But the school was so goddamn hard, right?
You're like a smart Forrest Gump.
Yeah. So I announced that I'm gonna work with this tutor to try and pass this test. And my parents go out to dinner, and I leave a note, gone for a run. And it's like Friday night. Well, I run in my track outfit 2 miles to my friend's house. And they're screaming and yelling. They're all drinking beer. They're jumping in the pool. And my girlfriend is there. So I'm having a big time. And, of course, I've left a note, gone for a run. A guy comes... Run, Forrest, run. A guy comes up to me and says, "Oh, my God, your dad's outside." So my dad figured it out in 2 minutes. So I ran back the 2 miles and came in huffing and puffing and told another lie. Right? Told another lie. Punished for the whole summer. Punished for the whole summer. And so then, played with little 10-year-old kids. I made a fort and everything, Garrett, into the weeds. And I was the colonel or the general of all the war games. So, all right, Bill, thank you very much. Thanks. So, Garrett, you had the kidney stone, and I believe when others have troubles like you do, one thing I have learned is hydrate. drink, and Christina, you've had them also, hydrate. And let's say it to Gary, the intern. Gary, these two older guys, man and woman, they're in front of you, and they're older, much older. They got kidney stones because they don't hydrate.
Correct.
Lots of fluids. Lots of fluids.
Hydrate.
Keep flushing it. All right. So, Garrett, they put a stent in you. You were out all week.
Mm-hmm.
Did they blow the stent up yet? Have they done that?
Blow it up?
Yeah, like did they... I thought you told someone that they break up the kidney stone itself. They blew up the stent or something.
No, they just put the stent in there to relieve the pain of the kidney so that it could heal. And then
you're still pissing blood?
Only when I walk really far. And then it's like a teeny little pink in my urine, and then it's gone the next time I pee.
Wow.
So yeah, they don't blow the stent up. It's just like a tube within your tube from your kidney to your bladder.
Okay, now, did the thing ever come out?
I guess not. I haven't been checked for it since I got the stent put in, but I guess they assume once the stent's in, it can't come out. I don't know. Because it was 7 millimeters wide.
That sounds big.
Which is like 7 dimes stuck together.
7 dimes stuck together? That's what's inside of you?
Yeah.
Oh, that can't come out of your pee hole?
Oh, my goodness.
That can't come out of your pee hole? Oh, God.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
But, usually it'll break off into little pieces.
Really?
Yeah.
When does that happen?
But that still has to get through your pee hole.
Oh!
Well, it doesn't, because tomorrow I'm going to get it blasted apart.
Hydrate,
but
Gary.
then it
Hydrate, Gary.
What is it going to do? It's not just going to sit around where
No,
it's
but it'll be like
blasted.
sand.
But it still has to come out of your pee hole. It's like pissing sand.
You're peeing stones probably all the time. You just don't know it because you're so small.
Probably. Now I know a guy that is a big drinker, and they found crystals in his penis, in his pee the other day.
Yeah.
And he looked like he was about to die. He had probably on the edges of cirrhosis of the liver. He just drinks all the fucking time. And so we get him to a doctor, and the crystals in his urine were from dehydration, because when he's drinking liquor, he doesn't drink a bunch of water. Right?
Yeah.
Mm. You know, when a cat has crystals like that, they have to remove the penis altogether.
Oh, my God!
And then they just get a little hole to pee out of.
If that
like a vagina.
If that happened to Rocky, I'd be off a month, I think. I would just be laying with him on the couch. Poor darling. My poor precious.
My precious.
My dumpling. My precious dumpling. And he reaches out with his paw, and he pulls me to him. You know, I know one day he'll be gone, but by the way, we do have people on today, you know, our guests. We have a guest on. Now, it's a book about pencil sharpening. Is that what it is?
Yes, about the mastery of pencil sharpening.
The mastery of pencil sharpening. Okay.
He is the number 2 pencil sharpener.
But he's lying, right? It's nonsense. It's got to be nonsense.
No.
Right?
Can this be applied to makeup pencils as well?
Probably.
Eye and lip?
You can send it to him, and he'll send it back to you sharp and with the shavings in a bag with the certificate of authenticity.
Wow.
Now, but why? But it's nonsense. It's like and it's a book attached to it called "How to Sharpen Pencils."
Yes.
And it's a practical and theoretical treatise on the artisanal craft of pencil sharpening for writers, artists, contractors, flange turners, angle smiths, and civil servants. Now, it's got to be nonsense. Nonsense, right? Does he charge you for the...
$15 a pencil.
No, he does not charge $15 a pencil.
Yes.
From Beacon, New York, you send your pencils. By the way...
I think he will give you a free pencil if you pay the $15.
How to Sharpen Pencils 2012 tour.
I've been to Beacon, New York. This seems totally this makes total sense now.
It does?
Mm-hmm.
It does?
Yeah.
Well,
it's like an artsy.
The tour starts tomorrow.
Well, no, this is just, it's been going on. I just put the dates that haven't happened yet.
So he's going from major city to major city, sharpening.
3 nights in Los Angeles.
And a while back, we thought Rodney Lee Conover was kidding, but when he used to have a maid at his old apartment, he hired a service where the woman cleans topless. And I always thought he was joking, but he wasn't. And sure enough, I went over there, and there was this like Ukrainian woman cleaning up, and she was topless. And he had this service for years. You can't touch him, and I don't know if it turns into sex or not, but it was really, really weird. We actually have somebody on from the Lubbock Fantasy Maid Service. He's the owner. They will offer you nude or topless maid services in the Lubbock, Texas area. And I know we have a lot of listeners from that area. And the women will do parties. They will clean at your party. But I believe the authorities have said that they may be sexually oriented. But they make a specific contractual agreement. Do not attempt to solicit a maid for sexual services. I believe that is just written right on their broom, if I'm not mistaken. Right there.
Well, they come with a security guard, too, so.
I hate that when you used to have a woman come over and service you, and the guy would have to wait outside the door. You know?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
In international headlines, 3 suspected cannibals have been arrested by Brazilian police on suspicion of having murdered and eaten at least 2 women that they also turned into pastries. Jorge and Elizabeth Pires de Silveira, and he has no shirt on and has quite a physique, I might add, is being paraded in front of television. Maybe you can find it. 3 of them, they call themselves the cartel. They wanted to purify the world and reduce the population. And what they would do is they would get these women, they would kill them, and then their meat was cooked, and they would fill empanadas and sell it on the street. An empanada is a meat pie.
Dipping sauce or?
They would have a dipping sauce, yeah.
Oh, wow.
2 bodies were found in the garden of their home, and they think they have the names here. They would offer them well-paid babysitting jobs. And before choosing their victims, a spirit warned them that they were bad people. The babysitters that they hired. Isn't that a...
So they were doing God's work then?
Oh, of course they were. In fact, I'm surprised they weren't at the event on Easter Sunday in the middle of Santa Barbara. Because that's the fucking nuts that attend that nonsensical stuff.
Oh, was that
but an
Jesus
empanada,
walking down the street on the cross?
Yeah, all of that.
Oh.
Now, what's crazy is they don't know how many people have eaten the empanadas that had human flesh in them in Brazil.
Trace.
God. That's unbelievable. I love empanadas.
I do, too.
But, whenever you go to a Mexican restaurant, you go, well, I don't see any cats running loose in this neighborhood.
It's Chinese, too, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Mostly,
I say it. Oh, yeah. By the way, you say it in a Greek neighborhood, too. You can say it anywhere. It's just like a blanket insult.
Now, what's the difference between an empanada, a pierogi, a beef patty, a knish? They're all the same.
They're
right?
all it's the same concept.
An empanada
is a pocket of meat or,
right.
Meat.
An empanada is you take dough and you put the meat or cheese or whatever and you close it up and you use a fork to, close the bottom and you can deep fry it. You can make a fried pie out of it too. You could put fruit or whatever in it like that. My grandmother made it. And then a pierogi it's a little smaller, but I don't think I don't know if it's fried.
You can put in, you can fry it. You can boil it. You can do whatever you want to it.
Meat pie is just bigger.
Maybe it has something to do with the outside shell, if it's a different kind of dough.
Maybe.
Because the Jamaican meat patty is a little flakier, exactly.
Hey, no cats running around that neighborhood either. That Jamaican meat pie neighborhood. Roger, you're in San Francisco. It's Jay Thomas. Yes, go ahead, Roger.
Damn it, Jay! I'm trying to eat my lunch over here. Can we stop talking about?
Well, if you have an empanada in front of you, I mean,
it's chicken empanada.
How do you know?
It tastes like chicken.
Is there Spanish olives in there? Because that's the best when there's olives in there, and then the hot sauce, and then
you know what our Spanish olive is in neighborhood jargon? Rat testicles.
Nuh-uh. No.
Mm-hmm.
It is a delicious
big
pimento
rat
olive.
Testicle.
Salty.
You ever have a rat testicle with a pimento in it? Delish. Yeah. You ever heard of a martini called a rat's tail? That's it right there. So, Roger, by the way, before we go any further, there's a controversy in San Francisco that I just read about today. The Hustler mobile strip bus has been impounded. Have you read about this?
I know the bus, yeah.
Now, it drives around. It has a stripper pole in it, and it parks somewhere, and then you can look through the window, or do they let you into the mobile unit to see the women dance?
You can go into it and watch them dance, and it's be like a VIP lounge, but you're not allowed to be in it when it's moving.
Right. And now they're saying that they don't want it parked, and they parked it apparently near a library and an elementary school, right?
Well, that's real smart.
Well, and then they impounded it because it had expired, permits or,
right.
license. But is that something you've seen around San Francisco, the mobile Hustler strip? What is it called, a strip mobile?
It's a strip van is what they call it, the strip van.
And you pay money to go in.
Around town. Yeah, it's expensive. It's very expensive because it's coming to you.
So for $50 or whatever, you walk through the door. Will they serve you a cocktail inside?
I think there's a drink minimum. Yeah, if you go inside, there's a drink minimum, and it can only stay there for a certain amount of time. So,
well, you know why? Because then the cops
the same price whether you're there for 5 minutes or for 30 minutes.
Man, oh man, How desperate do you have to be to want to go into a mobile, strip van? Jesus,
pretty bad.
God
pretty
forbid.
Bad.
Yeah. So what did you call about Roger of San Francisco? Yeah.
Well, just that this is the fourth day in a row, that we've talked about Garrett and his stones. And every time I listen to the show and this topic comes on, it happens to be right when I'm eating lunch. So can we maybe talk about it around 1 o'clock?
We're trying to get Covino and Rich to talk about it prior to us going on. We're having a meeting after the show today. Maybe they can start talking about it. And we'll see if Opie and Anthony can talk about it tomorrow morning.
God.
Yeah.
They talked about
Garrett's wet dream.
Well, here's the worst part of all of this. Tomorrow, Garrett, at 7:30, what's going to happen to you in the morning tomorrow?
They are going to blast my stone to pieces.
They're going to blast it, okay? So tomorrow when you're having breakfast, Roger, just think about Garrett's bladder, kidney, and a stone being blasted, and blood mixed with urine and semen coming out and filling your omelet. Get rid of him! Get rid of him!
I have to take a laxative tonight.
Hey, Roger, you hear that?
Is that oral or through the butt?
Hey, Roger, have beans and rice. Wait a minute. Hey, excuse me, Madame Curie, what did you say? It's a laxative. It's out of his butt. They have to clean his insides out before
but he has
to
put it up his butt? Because I remember that as a kid. I remember as a kid they have these like weird bullet-looking things, and they shove them up the butt.
Yeah, they told me the name, and the first box I found with that name on it, it said suppository, and I got really scared. And then I looked around. It just
melts in your butt.
There's oral ones too. So
well, those. Let's go to Tony of Canada. Yes, Tony, it's Jay Thomas. Yeah.
Jay, you guys are amazing. Best show on Sirius.
Really, talking about kidney stones, you must be fucking desperate, okay? You must be desperate for any sort of conversation if you think this is brilliant, okay?
Yeah. Well, no, actually, you guys are talking about the topless cleaning. They have topless haircuts here in Vancouver, $50.
So when the woman's behind you and her do her nipples rub up against your neck and stuff while she's cutting your hair?
I've never tried it, but I would imagine it would happen.
Getting shampooed would probably be the best part.
Oh, my God. Your head would be all the way in the back, and those two big bosoms would be over
smacking together over your head, probably catching your nose.
See, here's the problem I have. If I can't masturbate or something, I have no interest in the experience. So if I could masturbate while she was washing my hair, I'd be there in a minute.
They give you that cape to wear so that the hair doesn't get on you, so you could just do it. Nobody will even know.
This is what makes me mad about all of this. You go into the mobile hustler van, you can't touch anybody. You hire the women to clean topless, you can't touch them. You get your hair done by the woman that's... what's the fucking use if you can't touch them? That's what drives me crazy. I mean, let's just open the door to this thing. You know? So what do you do with all this pent-up frustration? I'll tell you what you do, Tony. You leave that place with a nice, freshly cut hair. You have a woman that just cleans your house topless. You've gone to the strip thing. Your testicles are filled with Satan's semen, and you rape. You rape someone.
Wow.
Those things cause rape. And I mean it. And that's why the evangelicals are against that kind of stuff. And I agree with them. So I say, let's stop rape. Leave your semen where X marks the spot. Leave your semen.
But have you ever seen bikini?
Leave your semen. I want to have like a sign. Let them leave their semen. Let them leave. Stop rape. Right outside of what's the name of the topless haircut place, Tony? You have a name for the place?
No, I just seen it in the personal section.
Is it called Titty Cuts? Titty Cuts. Yeah, Titty Cuts. Let them leave their semen. Let them leave their semen. Stop rape. All right. Thank you very much, Tony.
Have you ever seen Bikini Barbershop, the TV show?
No, I haven't.
It's on HD Net, and it's I believe it's Jersey haircutting place, but all the girls are in skimpy bikinis, and the guys are shirtless.
Hey, Christina, you've been, when you were, on a date with somebody, and you were making out with the guy or whatever, but you weren't going to do anything, and the guy says, please just let me come, and he humps on your leg till he comes. Do you ever women, they let guys do that.
Like a dry hump?
Yeah, like you're making out with him, and
then he comes in his underwear?
No, but sometimes the guy will, ask, or he'll be humping you while he's making out with you. You've had that experience, haven't you?
Yeah.
And what do women think when a guy's doing that? Is it sexy to them?
No, not even a little bit.
So he should just kiss you and pet you or whatever, and when it's time to go all the way or whatever, wait till then. Don't have the need to soil your underwear.
Right. Because, when it happened to me, I was like, oh, this feels like when I was 14 years old. There's nothing sexy about it. I mean, for a woman, I guess, we want some real penetration, not just you're on my thigh because that's the part that's going to get you to
that's
feel,
all we need. Gary, that's all we would need is a
hip
thigh.
Yeah, seriously.
I had a girl once when we would dry hump and say, if you want to come, go ahead. And I was like, what? It's not even going to happen. Like, what am I going to come from dry humping you? No.
Right.
Yeah, would you even get to that level?
It feels good, but it's not like...
When you're like 34.
It was a little earlier.
Well, no, you know what? I mean, I think all men have done it, and it's been done to women, and the woman always gives you that look, like when you've pet your dog too close to its nether region, they give you that side glance. Dogs do that to you. You're down there petting them too close, and they give you like a side glance, like, hey, I'm a dog, but there's something going on here that's not right. Yeah, because men do that.
Yeah.
And then, then you go, like, get a burger.
Right, and then we're
I just wonder what women thought. Well, but you're not planning on letting him have you that night. You're just making out.
You're damn
I know.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And then he comes in his pants, and then you loser. That's what I thought.
And then what? You go have a burger, and you're going to sit and eat your burger with cum in
Oh,
your
my
pants?
God. Horrible.
Sick.
Well, usually they'll do it at the end of the night, and they'll get up and leave. Right? Now, here's what's weird.
Do you throw your underpants out the window when you ride home so your mom doesn't find your cum stains?
They're totally satisfied after that. You've had a big night. You've gone out. You've made out. He humped. Totally satisfied. That's the weird thing about men.
Except for your pants sticking to your leg.
Well, yeah, bad. Bad. Let's go to Brian in Montana. Yes, Brian, have you made love to a sheep this weekend?
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, didn't take long to get rid of him. Let's go to Joe in Philadelphia. Hello, Joe. It's Jay Thomas. Yes.
Hey, Jay. I remember as a kid, I used to go to the orthodontist every month to have my braces tightened and all that, and you'd have all these nurses to pick from, and I always picked the one with the biggest boobs because she leans over you the whole time, and her nipples just keep poking you in the eyes.
Her nipples poked you in the eyes
she had
while...
such big boobs, like when she was leaning over, you couldn't help but get your hair messed up.
You need to rent Horrible Bosses. Have you seen that movie yet?
Yeah, I have, actually.
Wow.
You gotta realize, I was like 10 years old at the time when this started going on. It's not anymore, obviously.
Jennifer Aniston plays the dentist, right? And she is filthy, dirty, fantastic. She's fabulous in this movie. Have you seen it, Christina?
Yeah,
Horrible Bosses? I love.
Question for you.
Yeah.
With the naked maids, I need to know how many more spills do they have to clean up? Because you figure if they're walking around naked and you're not allowed to touch them, you know the guy right before they get there, he's just spilling shit all over the floor, all over the place.
You can't do anything. You can't have. I mean, and you can't even come close.
Right, but he wants to watch her bend over and clean up the spills.
Yeah.
Weird.
I can't wait to see what they
All right,
make.
later.
Oh, you know what? You know what I would tell her, by the way? I go like this. Oh, my cat threw up over there. Clean that up. And it would be me.
With your tongue.
No, she's not going to do that. Oh, my God. To lick the linoleum with her tongue? Oh, my God. You might have to put some, a best of on in a few minutes. I can't take it. Thinking about Christina's hip bone, and now a topless woman licking your phony cat puke. Let's go to Toast of Washington. What were you, a defensive back? Thank you. That's a
No, I actually got burned in a softball game about 25 years ago. Somebody's mom yelled out, "Toast!" and it just stuck.
Well, yeah, it was a sporting event that you got your ass kicked in. That's That's nice. What can we do for you, Toast?
I just wanted to tell Garrett there to stop whining. I had a 14 millimeter.
Oh, shut up. You had a 14 millimeter stone.
I swear, yes, I swear. And the VA does not blast them. They don't believe in it because they say it could block other areas and get wedged inside you, and so they wouldn't do it. So they just gave me medication and sent me on my way and told me, "Good luck, I'm peeing it out." That's the way the VA deals with it.
And that was it. And you're a veteran of which war that they treated you this way?
Oh, I was Air Force.
So you went to the VA. Now, did the 7 millimeter, 14 millimeter thing come out eventually?
Yes, it did. It's very painful, and I worked through it, and no splint, and I couldn't believe it. It came right out, and I took it in, and it was crystallized.
Oh.
And they told me it was from drinking lots of, iced tea and
iced teas, that's what I think did.
Chocolate.
You drink a lot of iced tea, and you know what? I love iced tea, and I love chocolate. That's it. Last day. That's it. Over. I'm going to eat all the chocolate ice cream I can today and all the iced tea, and I'll never do it again. All right. Thank you, Toast. Thank you very much. He had twice as big as yours.
Wow.
Big braggart. By the way, I'll tell you in a few moments what Kate Winslet had to say about Titanic, and we'll also be playing our mystery, what would we say, our mystery foreign commercial, Garrett? Is
sure,
that it?
Yeah.
And you will have to guess what the product is. Okay, our mystery foreign commercial. Plus, we'll have a guy that will sharpen your pencil for $15, and the people from a topless maid service, all today on the Jay Thomas Show. Just a few minutes ago, I was talking about the guy who was the big drinker and looked like he had cirrhosis of the liver or whatever. Mm-hmm. He just called me. He says, "Man, I'm listening and driving around in my truck." He says, "You fucking nuts." I said, "What?" He goes, "You don't think my brother or my ex-wife or somebody's going to hear you talking about it?" I go, "You know what? What's your problem today?" He says, "Well, today I got to have a root canal or whatever. I'm driving around. I don't appreciate you telling people that, I had cirrhosis. I go, well, go fuck yourself. How's that sound? How does anybody even know who
you didn't
it
say
is?
His name or anything.
I didn't say a word. Well, it's a small town. I said, well, fuck you. Fuck you. Can you imagine that shit?
How's he going to feel about it?
And if you're listening now,
fuck you.
Hey, start drinking again, you goddamn drunk. How about that? We talk about you behind your back all the fucking time. And by the way, you come over to work at the house, and then when you go to lunch and you come back, literally a quarter of my tequila's gone. You've been doing that for years. That's how I'm announcing it to everybody. And everybody who knows what I'm talking about, right here in this little area, you know who this asshole is, been drinking for years. Can you imagine calling me up and telling me that shit?
Wow.
Nobody knows who he is. Jesus. I'm so upset. I mean, here I am doing the show.
Yeah.
And he's got this urgent phone call. I think my house burned down or something, right? Oh, yeah, he's done. He's finished. All these years I let him drink whatever he wanted to. Came back after like a 19-cocktail lunch. Couldn't even put the fucking ladder up on the roof.
You're not running a tab for him anymore?
No, it's over. That's it. And I'm telling my wife to quit giving him Vicodin. Him a lot of Vicodin. So they asked Kate Winslet what she thought when she heard that fabulous song, from
the Titanic.
My Heart Will Go On, right? I do feel like throwing up when I hear it. I love her. I bet she is a 15-alarm bitch, but I love that. She says she's sick that now you can just see it even closer. Wow, Megadeth. No, keep it up. Keep it up.
Hello, me. Meet the real me. In my misfits way of life. Yeah. Black past is my most valued possession. Hindsight is always 20/20. Yeah. Back is still a bit fuzzy. Yeah. Mutually assured destruction. Nice story. Gotcha.
Yeah. Attention all Megadeth Motorhead fans. Where was this concert, Christina? It's on Craigslist in the missed connections section. And I'm trying to think where it was. It's posted.
Chicago? I'm not sure.
It's posted under Did We Hook Up? Did we hook up at the Megadeth Motorhead concert? And there was a person you can respond to. The Aragon Ballroom is where it was, maybe? Is that in Chicago?
Yeah, Aragon Ballroom in Chicago in February.
Me, blue hair, silver tube top, fishnets, knee-high black biker boots. You, red mohawk, black pentagram gauzes, viper piercings. I was grinding you in the pit when we went in the bathroom and we got fucked up. You had a nice cock and I was wasted, so I let you raw dog it in the stall. You were really good, and you had to gag me so that I wouldn't make too much noise. Anyway, I'm pregnant. It's yours. Contact me if you want to be part of your child's life. Turn it up.
No,
turn it up.
Thank you.
Wow. They're waiting for you. Waiting for you.
Right. Yeah, you grinding it right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you grinding
it?
On the dance
Get in the pit. I'll raw dog you. Oh,
Let's go in the bathroom and get really fucked up.
Frances Cobain said that Twitter should ban her mother. Courtney Love tweeted wildly, ranted that her daughter, Frances, who's 19 years old, was sleeping with her father's former bandmate, Dave Grohl. The usually press-shy Frances. Is she press-shy, Christina?
Yeah, you don't see much of her.
Yeah, she definitely is. But isn't she a model, though?
Yeah, but you don't see, unless, her mother's acting crazy, you don't really read about her.
That's true.
While I'm generally silent on the affairs of my biological mother, her recent tirade has taken a gross turn. I have never been approached by Dave Grohl in more than a platonic way. I'm in a monogamous relationship and very happy. Wow. It's a banner mother from Twitter. Now, Bobby Christina Houston, whatever her name is, right?
Yep.
Miller Johnson.
No,
Bobby Christina
Brown.
Bobby
Brown.
Is that a real picture of her, loading up some bong or something on the internet?
I don't know.
Yep. Supposedly after telling Oprah Winfrey that she'd never do drugs, you go on the internet and there she is, giggling and laughing and bonging it up.
Maybe it was.
There's a video.
The video of her bonging it up.
It could just be a gravy boat.
What's a
that was found in Whitney's bathroom.
You mean like a real gravy boat?
It was found floating in the tub, wasn't it?
Like right by the tub, yeah.
What was in the gravy boat?
Who knows?
I don't know.
By the way, we listened to that 911 call last week, and the security guard from the hotel has called the cops and said there's a woman unresponsive, not breathing up in whatever room it is. So the cop says, or the 911 operator says, should we bring this or that or the other? And is she still breathing now? And then the security guard from the hotel says, I don't know what's happening because whoever I'm talking to keeps hanging up. So they were cleaning, her assistant, they were cleaning that place up. Whatever was in the gravy boat, gone. Can you imagine floating in the water with a gravy boat next to you filled with blow and a little, Demi-Tasse spoon going right up each nostril?
It's not even like around Thanksgiving. Where a gravy boat.
That's when a gravy boat would have been seen.
Yeah.
How do you have a gravy boat in a hotel room?
Well,
in a bath.
Well, you know what? During
you don't
a holiday,
get a gravy boat with room service.
Some hotels come fully equipped with pots.
You know what I do during
Christmas?
During Christmas, I always have like the star for the top of the Christmas tree in my luggage. And if I'm in a hotel in late December, I always carry that.
I like to bring my own butter dish.
Yeah. Garrett has a gravy boat around Thanksgiving in his luggage.
That's the only time I come in contact with gravy boats is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be the name of her next, the CD that's released after her death of her gravy boat.
On the sea in my gravy boat.
From the bottom of my gravy boat. Look it up at the bottom of the gravy boat. Oh, yeah. She was sitting in there loaded, snorting. Some woman had probably already, gotten in between her legs and made her come, because that's the secret that I think really killed her, that she couldn't really announce her preferences, which I think is a killer of people. Killer. And she was relaxing, and her paramour had left or was in the other room or whatever. And next thing you know, she's a goner. You don't bother people when they're taking a tub bath. You don't ever go,
yeah.
Hey, you okay in there? You just don't do that. They're soaking. It was probably what she did all the time. She relaxed before her show. She just couldn't take it. It's like Keith Richards says. He's lucky he's alive and everything else, but he had a great time. That's what's great about him.
Yeah.
He did it all. Great time. Lucky he's alive. Let's go to Mike in his truck. Hello, Mike, in your truck. Go ahead.
Hey, Jay, I want to thank you and your crew there. Y'all do a great job. Keep me rolling every day. I appreciate it.
Keeping America rolling, Garrett.
Maybe you're talking about read it on .com. Is that somewhere you put your ideas for shows and stuff? What kind of website was that? Reddit. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Reddit.
Who told us that the other day? They went on Reddit and they became. Oh no, this guy that wrote the movie that's coming up called Rome, Sweet Rome. Reddit is where he did it. Yeah.
Now, is that where I can go put ideas for shows and people pick it up and I can get paid?
No. That's no. On that one, I think you ask questions and what? Can you turn that down? Whatever that is. Turn that.
No, I apologize. That's my truth. I apologize, sir. I'm sorry.
Now wait a minute. Now, so you want to sell your movie and TV show ideas?
No, I'm always thinking about ideas and stuff about shows and movies, and like you, I had one for you the other day called Jaywalking. You know.
Jaywalking.
Yeah, you ever heard of that?
No. Well, Jay Leno has jaywalking.
I mean, no, Jaywalking the show. You Jaywalking.
I would just walk around, but Leno's already does that. He calls it jaywalking, where people.
Yeah, but he doesn't. Yeah, you could be a TV series, see?
So my whole series would be called Jaywalking, and what would the series be about?
Well, you go two ways. You can be a retired policeman, or you can be a guy out of job, walk the world, and come up with a scheme like each time you come up, they donate you money, and that's why you make your money.
Or third, you walk around doing Christopher Walken impressions.
Oh, I like that one so much better.
Jay Walken.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like being the retired cop. So I'm a retired cop, and I walk around, and what do I do? No.
Wow.
You walk around the beat, the old beat, and try to get PI jobs. You know.
I walk on my old beat,
and you always get in trouble.
Yeah. Now, and do I have a billy club? Because you see a lot of cops in New York with the billy club spinning their billy club.
Yeah, sort of. I mean, but just
so okay, you know what? Go to that website. Here's what happened. Some guy asked a simple question. He said, "What would happen if a platoon of Marines with some air coverage, and a couple of trucks or whatever, machine guns, attacked a Roman legion?" That was just a question. So this guy that we had on, he just looked it up and started fooling with it, and he wrote just a little 350-word synopsis. It wasn't his idea. And then producers... So somebody put an idea up, and this guy either stole it or ran with it. So the original guy got fucked.
Yeah. But, I'm always thinking with ideas, but I had no money to do that. But, just...
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go on that and put your jaywalking idea on that, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, but, that way you get back on TV again, see? And you can...
You know what? Just do it, okay? Let's see what happens.
Okay, and I really appreciate the time, because y'all really keep me rolling, okay?
All right, keep rolling and all that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Boy, there's some weirdos out there. There are some weirdos.
He was so polite, though.
Very polite. Weirdos are very polite.
Did you see the Tupac performance last night?
Are you surprised? I'm not.
No.
He's
dead, isn't he?
Yes.
Well,
real
that's up
dead.
for discussion.
Oh,
you know that Coachella?
Yeah.
Concert?
Oh God. Yeah. Oh, by the way, every whore in California went to that thing.
Including my God. Tupac. He performed last night on stage, for real, as a hologram. It looked exactly like him walking up on stage, and he rapped with Snoop Dogg.
That's unbelievable.
And he did a whole song, and I'm super excited about this. I can't. Like, they got to be able to do old concerts now, like the Beatles or Elvis.
Oh, I didn't even think of the possibilities.
You could go to a concert and just watch holograms play, but it could be the Beatles on Ed Sullivan or something.
Totally.
You could see them.
Well, you could actually do that by just show old videos up on the...
Yeah, but he was on the stage walking around.
I'll send you the video.
All right.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Everything will be possible in the future. Everything. It won't even make any difference if you weren't famous. You would live as long as there's enough a video of you.
Yeah.
You could actually become famous after you're dead, and people will go to your hologram concerts.
When can I screw fuck robots?
That's what I don't know that that's going to come in your lifetime, but that's going to be a part of our future.
Like, why can't I say I want to have sex with Scarlett Johansson and this, facsimile of her?
Well, I think it'll start. You'll be able to bang a hologram before it's over.
Well, no, but how would you feel
tight?
that?
Are they tight?
Well, no, it'd be like rubbing Christina's, thigh bone.
Hip bone.
Yeah, hip bone.
My hip bone is pretty tight.
To the pussy bone. All right, it's time to run our commercial from overseas, and then call us at 888-4-102-102. What is this a commercial for? And there will be the language in the, I believe the language is Hindi. Okay. Here we go, Garrett.
Now in India, clean and dry intimate wash गुप्तन की त्वचा को रखे clean, सुरक्षित और रंगत निखारे. ना 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 जाना ना है ताज़गी यहाँ. Clean and dry intimate wash, freshness जो निखारे.
Now, it says intimate wash, but there's more to the product, right, Garrett?
Yes, correct.
And was I correct that the country is India?
I would guess so. It sounded very... their accent. So,
No. You when you look at it, don't they?
The people in it, yes.
Look like Indians.
Yeah, very dark eyebrows, dark eyes.
Yes, they look like Indians. So it is a...
Indian theater personality.
There you go. And so it's a commercial, and it's our foreign commercial. And what do we give them if they get it correct? What do we give them? What do we have for them?
Probably a book.
Something that something that
Definitely
won't even be in
8x10.
existence. Yeah, won't be in existence. Or an 8x10. Yes, go ahead. Do you have? How about a picture of you, Christina? You have pictures of you? Sure.
Not printed.
Well, you print them on a machine up there. You'll be able to print one. Yeah,
Black and white picture.
No. You know what? A mimeograph. Where you'd smell the ink. We're going to find an old mimeograph. Let's go to Brian of Florida. Yes, Brian. It's time to play Guess the... He's on line 3. Is he there? Guess the foreign commercial. It's some sort of a wash, but it does more than that. And it's from India. What do you think it is, Brian?
It's a douche.
It's not a douche.
No. Oh.
Thank you very much, though, Brian. Thank you very much.
All right, but...
Yeah, thank you very much. Let's go to David of Tennessee. Hello, David. Jay Thomas here. Go ahead.
He took my guess. I was going to say it was a feminine wash.
Well, it's a wash. There's no doubt it's a wash, but it does something much different than that. Okay? All right. Is that fair, Garrett? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's for that area.
For that area, but it's specific, and I believe it's the term wash might even mean something else.
Correct. Yes.
To the Hindi themselves. Thank you so much, Steve, Idaho. Hello, Steve of Idaho, where they filmed, of course. I'm good. Where they filmed, of course, one of my favorite films, Napoleon Dynamite. Is that really what Idaho looks like? There's not a fucking tree. There's no bushes. There's nothing in Idaho.
Eastern Idaho is potato country. And it's flat as a pancake, and then it's big mountains, and it's flat as a pancake, but it's big mountains.
Have you seen Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, when it came out.
Yeah, that's Idaho, right?
That's where I live, all across the southern part. It's the Snake River Plateau, flat as a pancake, with a very deep canyon and big mountains to the north and big mountains to the south.
Sounds like Christina.
Yep, sure does.
Flat as a pancake,
exactly.
big canyon, and big mountains.
Yep.
Big canyon.
It's really very accurate.
Pancake thighs, the canyon, and then the mountains. Okay. Go ahead, Steve of Idaho. What do you think?
What I understand is just a vagina wash.
Well, it does something different. It's not just. Obviously, it says wash, but it's a product. No, it's a specific product.
Okay. Hey, by the way, I have a Holiday Road idea. How would I just email it to you?
Email it to me, and I'll send it on to Andrea Bushy. Our Holiday Road, of course, begins after Memorial Day, where we tell you incredible places. What's the place you want to send?
Okay, a friend of mine, and they've been doing this for a few years. They draw pictures of elk and sell it to tourists, but the secret is they make a parchment out of bison dung.
Wait a second. Take this down. They sell you a picture of an elk, right?
Or a buffalo drawn with Indian ink on parchment paper that is made from bison dung.
So the paper's made of bison shit.
Which is basically mostly hay, like cow shit.
Sure. Okay. Well, it sounds. You know what? Send it in. It sounds like an incredible Holiday Road stop.
The company is called Dunger and Dungerer.
Dunger and Dungerer.
Dung and Dungerer.
All right, Garrett, we got it. Holiday Road. We're on our way.
All right.
Okay. Let's go to Sheena of Nebraska. Yes, Sheena. It's Jay Thomas. Sheena's on line 3. Yeah, go ahead, Sheena.
Actually, Gary, it's Gina, not
Gina. Oh, sorry. You know what? Sheena's a much more fun name, to be honest.
Oh, it is. Okay.
And you sound like a topless maid. We'll have those on in a little while. Topless maid, Sheena. Hey, Sheena, you didn't get the cat puke over there. These don't look like cat puke to me. Really?
Mr. Thomas.
Mr. Senior. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry, Sheena. Whatever your name is. Gina, go ahead. What's that for, that Hindu commercial?
I'm guessing it's a feminine wash and lube all in one.
It's a wash and a lube?
Wow. That's a good guess.
That is.
Wrong. Play it again, Garrett. Play it again. So let's say it's a wash and a what? It's a wash and a what? Go ahead, Garrett. Go ahead. Thank you, Gina. Stairway to Heaven. Yeah.
Now in India, clean and dry intimate wash कुप्तन की त्वचा को रखे clean, सुरक्षित और रंगत निखारे.
There you go. That's what says it. All that other talk that tells you what it does.
Yeah. Clean and dry intimate wash, freshness to nikhare.
Freshness to nikhare. All of that, those foreign words tell you what it does. So it is a wash, but there is something else.
Something special about it.
Something really special. Let's go to Mike of Maine. Yes, Mike, go ahead.
Hi, guys. My guess is that it's the product also bleaches the area.
Garrett, we'll take that. Yeah. There you go. What it does is, it's not just the hair. It bleaches the skin.
Right.
Because apparently the Hindu vagina is very dark. And it bleaches.
Is this like fake tanning lotion, though? Like, they say it works, but it barely works.
Well, here's what's weird. All of these light-skinned people want to be dark everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then these dark-skinned people, they want to have everything lightened up.
You're right.
It's really weird. And so what it does is, apparently, when the hormones get down into the magical triangle area, and even completely shaved, it's very dark down there. Very dark. It looks like thigh meat from an organic chicken. All right, well, look. Mike of Maine. It's theater of the mind. Mike of Maine will do any number of things for you. You can have a hologram of Christina when that technology becomes
affordable.
Inexpensive.
Yeah.
And accessible.
Might be a while. 8x10 glossy of me, they can print off pictures of themselves, and they'll send you a note just, from inside the building there.
I would love an autographed picture of Christina.
Great.
Or one of Garrett's kidney stones.
There you go. All right, Christina, a kidney stone. Thank you so much, Mike of Maine. Play the commercial one more time. Would you, Garrett? God, that's exciting, isn't it? It's real brain thumper when I do these bits. Brain thumper.
Now in India, clean and dry intimate wash कुप्तन की त्वचा को रखे clean,
and bleach, and bleach, and bleach.
Clean and dry intimate wash, freshness to nikhare.
Freshness, and I think tunicati means and whitens.
Wish someone could translate.
And whiten. Well, we don't.
What happens if you put it on your teeth?
They'll think you're standing upside down.
Tastes like fish.
Think you're standing on your head.
Can we call Aziz? Maybe he could translate this.
Sure, our pal.
Yeah.
Good friend of the show.
Hey, Connecticut man is in jail after his stepson decided to educate his class on what his stepdad did for work. He brought 50 packets of heroin to show and tell.
What a good boy.
Police say the boy, 5 years old, brought the stepfather's jacket to school, and when it was his turn to present, he opened it up and he revealed these packets of drugs to his classmates. The teacher quickly grabbed the stash and alerted the principal, who called the police. The stepfather arrived at the school in a panic looking for his jacket. He found it and also made it that much easier for the police to nab him when he told everyone, including the children, that was his jacket and the kid had no damn right bringing it to school. But, you know, this kid's mother marries this heroin-addicted, heroin pusher as a stepdad. I mean, I hope they put her ass in jail forever and ever. And hopefully he's young enough that he won't even remember it. My God. Can you imagine? You know, when my kids were little, they would, have them ask, and they probably don't do this anymore. They're probably politically incorrect. They would say, what does your dad or mom do for work? And I think my son was in the first grade. And, he's a doctor, he's a, landscaper, whatever the name. They came to my son. They said, what does your daddy do for work? He goes, he looks for jobs. That's what my son's answer was. Because that's all he ever heard me saying.
Aww.
I'm looking for a job. Call on the phone. No, it wasn't a sad thing.
I know, but it sounds sad.
And it made the school stop asking that question. What they didn't realize was I was an actor or a radio guy looking for work. That's all. Made him very upset over there. And you know what was really bad, Garrett, is at Thanksgiving we got one of those baskets with the food in it. Wow. That the school gives out.
Did you get a gravy boat in there?
Well, they had to ring the bell. The big giant gates had to open. They drove up the big long driveway.
Oh, you sent your butler to go get out?
Yeah, they left the basket there when I got home. Yeah, the house manager said, hey, there's there's some like cranberry sauce and shit for you here,
I don't know what this is. It's in a can. Sir.
Yeah. What is this? None of this looks organic. Bob, you're in Chicago. Yes, Bob, it's Jay Thomas. Did you see that 2-pack hologram was out on the, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing?
Coachella.
No.
Oh, Coachella. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Coachella. Yes, Bob, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just thinking, how funny would it have been if somebody shot the Tupac hologram and then nobody knew who shot him?
Well, didn't they say that Biggie Smalls killed him? Didn't they think Biggie did it?
Oh, that would have been cool if the hologram Biggie came out and shot him.
That would have been awesome.
How about this? Yeah. Bigie's hologram falls on top of Tupac's hologram and just flattens it. You see, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is they have Tupac come out, which is really cool. But to really be wild, which this Coachella is supposed to be, they should have had a hologram of Biggie. They should have done exactly what you said. These fucking gangsters and all this bullshit. And then, of course, they have a real chance to make a statement. And they don't,
Or either that or like having Elvis come out and ass bang Tupac to death. That would have been cool.
Now you're going too far. All right. You know what? If they hologram Elvis, it's got to be the fat Elvis.
Well, you only have a choice. You could see skinny or fat Elvis.
I saw Elvis 3 times. Skinny, in the middle, and right 3 weeks before he died. Unbelievable. What an idiot. What a stupid, dumb, redneck idiot. He had this great voice, and what are these guys fucking thinking? Miserable, fat, drug addict, and all. I mean, come on. Jesus Christ. Just sing your fucking little songs, okay?
You could say the same thing about Jim Morrison or Kurt Cobain or any of them.
Don't they read anything about how you only have a certain amount of time, you should save your money and then kind of sail around the world after that? Jesus Christ. You think Frank Sinatra ever thought about killing himself ever? How about Tony Bennett, that old fart? Jesus Christ. He's on maybe his 38th fucking wig. Those guys didn't ever think about killing themselves.
No.
They just played
Hey, I got a
shitholes
quick
in
question.
What?
I got a quick question. We were just talking about Idaho and the mountains out there and everything.
Yes.
And, are those mountains as greasy as Christina's mountains?
All right, get rid of it. That's rude. Disgusting. Dan, you're in South Carolina. Yes, Dan. Hey, by the way,
what's going on, man?
Are you from South Carolina?
No, I'm from New York.
Oh, I see. You're just down there visiting? Okay. All right.
No, I'm down here because of the weather. I moved down here about 20 years ago. And
oh, no, I have a question then. You have this governor, Nikki Haley, who was an Indian. Garrett, please play the commercial, please. Is an Indian. And the governor of Louisiana, Bobby Jindal, is an Indian also. His wife is an Indian. They were Hindis. Play this real fast, would you? If Nikki Haley is listening, governor of South Carolina, translate this. What's it say, Nikki? That mean vagina? Vagina lightener?
Oil India Clean and Dry Intimate Wash गुप्तन की त्वचा को रखे
Vagina lightener.
सुरक्षित और रंगत निखारे.
Yeah. Tanaka Bihari. Tanaka Bihari.
Clean and Dry Intimate Wash. Freshness to निखारे.
Freshness to the Cotty. Now look, Dan, if ever you see this Nikki Haley, you go like this.
Yes.
Freshness to the Cotty. She will
will
stop everything. Here's another question. She was running for governor. Christina, listen to this one.
Mm-hmm.
She was running for governor, and two guys who were state senators or congressmen, not one but two, both said they had affairs with her while she was married. And she went on TV and said it wasn't true and they were lying and everything. And I always thought, maybe you can help me, Dan, how many guys have you ever met that said they slept with a woman and they were lying to stop her from becoming the governor? That was, and then it just went away, right? Was there any truth to that? Not one, but two different guys.
Yeah, I don't think it was. I mean, it kind of blew over. Both the guys got railroaded, but, they got all their skeletons in the closet thrown out into the public. But then again, the other governor had a girlfriend in where.
Exactly.
One of his areas or wherever. So
that's right. He had the other. Whatever happened to that guy? What an exciting state, huh?
Do you think her?
Yeah. But what I was calling about was that kid that brought the drugs to school.
The show and tell heroin. Yes, show and tell heroin. Yeah.
The father is getting arrested for the drugs, but also having drugs within the vicinity of a school. Isn't that hilarious?
He's going away forever.
Well, he should. Funny story about the other governor down here. His wife there's a beach down here. They're not allowed to have dogs off the leash, and her dog got off the leash, and it's like a $1,500 fine. And guess what? She cried to the judge. They put it down to $200.
Because she's the governor's ex-wife.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
All right.
What do you want? Hey, you were great in Cheers, man. I love you guys.
Thank you. All right. Thanks a lot. Thank you. I can't find the story now, but I'm gonna find it in a minute. There is a story of a guy. I think a kid was about to commit suicide by jumping off of a bridge, and the guy saved the kid, and then the cops. Oh, this is a great question. And then oh God, let me find it, please. God, dog it. Hold on, let me try one more time. Damn it. He saves the kid and pulls the kid to safety who's trying to kill himself. But he is a registered sex offender. Oh. And so they arrested him for being within 100 feet of a child under 18.
Man.
God. Yeah, it's a real story. I got to get that. Yeah. Oh, my God.
He's got to be able to get off because he saved the kid's life.
I don't know. Here it is. A jogger. This is in Hamden, Connecticut. A jogger who saved a suicidal teenager who was a convicted child molester on the lam from Georgia. Michael Rogers, 49, is being held on $200,000 bond. Police say they encountered Rogers when he pulled a 16-year-old girl out of a lake. And he was wanted in Georgia on 4 counts of molestation. You think he was watching the girl and she starts drowning? So he was in the bushes maybe jerking off, and the girl starts drowning.
I thought he was jogging.
He's a child molester. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Allegedly. All of this is alleged. I mean, he saves a person's life. He knows what his past is, and they go, "Hey, how did you see her drowning?" "Well, I was jogging." See? I was taking a jog. No, he was wearing, like loose clothing because he was in the bushes. Probably. Well, now, that's a funny scene, because if she dies, now you're on the run, you're accused of child molestation. So now this kid is drowning who you are masturbating to in a bush. Wow. That is a moral choice right there.
That is heavy.
And I would bet you $10 that he had not finished his masturbation. Because had he finished, Garrett, he would not have cared whether she lived or died.
Yeah. He would have been jogging home then.
Too bad.
Looking for a sandwich.
I got mine. So it was probably like right in the middle of it, and she starts yelling help, probably skinny dipping committing suicide, supposedly.
Yeah.
Jumped into the water. So he's watching her dangling her feet into the water, thinking she's just thinking. Next thing you know, she goes over. He must have freaked out. God.
Wow.
I know. Iceland has established a database of family trees. There are only 300,000 people in Iceland, and people often find that they are related, and you have to figure out before you date somebody whether they're your cousin, first cousin, or whatever.
Well,
it's a very sexually liberal society. Have you ever been? You should go there on vacation.
Really?
They went completely broke, and everybody in Iceland invested together in the local bank, and the bank invested everybody's money into crazy, Bernie Madoff shit. So everyone in the country went bankrupt,
and they're all fucking each other.
And yes, yeah, perfect. And it was a fabulous place to go to hang out. It probably still is. I mean, wild. But now, before you date somebody, many friends begin sleeping with their, a person that had the same great grandparents, and it freaks people out. So you have to have a genealogical chart when you meet somebody. Imagine that. Suppose you found out that the guy you're living with, you have the same great grandmother.
Ew.
That's fine, though.
No, it isn't.
It's not.
No, it's not.
What
and I don't even want to have
separation?
children, so it's still not fine.
Cousins could have sex.
That's
and kids,
gross.
right?
Second cousins
Third,
can have
I
sex.
think. But you shouldn't, though.
Not first cousins?
It's like not first cousins. Then you're gonna.
You shouldn't be banging a cousin, okay? You shouldn't be banging when you go to a family reunion, just enjoy the baked beans and the corn and the barbecued chicken. You don't need to be going banging your cousin.
So how do you have one of these tests? You go out to dinner and just it happens over a dinner table, or are you brought to an institution?
Be tested. No, you'd be tested.
A hospital.
And it takes the name. What are you talking about? The Iceland?
How do you find out if you're brother and sister? How does that go down? You just go. If you go
on the Mormon website and you type in your last name and your mother's last name, they'll tell you who your relatives are.
Fingers crossed,
I'm telling you,
we're not related.
Yeah,
first cousins are okay.
No, that means you've done it before, have you?
No,
yes, I fucked my cousin.
No, you did not.
But I'm saying, I think
that poor cousin, is that the one with the kid has 6 fingers on their left toe, on their left foot?
And that weird eyeball in the back of his neck.
No, but technically you can. It's not going to be an incest baby, like a screw.
It is.
How can it not be an incest baby? It's from it's
like
the
it's not going to come out
cousin.
fucked up.
That's why the kings and queens of all these countries, especially England, are nuts.
That's brother-sister.
No, they screwed. That's Game of Thrones.
Brother-sister's just as bad as cousin, though, because it stems from brother-sister.
But brother-sister is the same.
You know what's
DNAs.
really worse is grandson-grandmother.
Yeah.
Bad.
That's wincest to me.
What is wincest?
It's his Charlie Sheen version of incest winning.
And the kid she has will be really old when it comes out. James, it's New Jersey, and I'm Jay Thomas. Hello, James of New Jersey.
Jay, how you doing? How's everything?
Fucking fabulous.
That's fantastic. Great show today, as always.
Oh, whatever, a great time. Well, you know what? Glad to be alive. Go ahead.
Listen, follow up on that story up in Connecticut. Apparently, the problem with the known pedophile from Georgia was that when he went in to save her, first he removed her top and her bra and pulled her out by her breasts. So the authorities.
Oh, you know what he did? I tell you what, he ate her all the way to shore. Just fucking gobbling on her, you know. Or he turned her over, and instead of getting behind her and pulling her in, he kind of like humped her all the way back into shallow water.
Maybe he motorboated her all the way to shore.
You know what? We got to go to break because that's a break-ender right there. Stay where you are. I believe, Christina, you tell me that there's was a Trayvon Martin Saturday Night Live bit?
Yeah, they did a spoof on the Piers Morgan
show,
where they had experts like Ice-T from Law & Order SVU weigh in on what's happening, and the new
couple... That was Ice-T on the show for real?
No, it was Fred Armisen. And the new hot couple, Kanye and Kim Kardashian weighing in.
Now, that's funny, but did you find it to be a little soon after this kid's death?
I don't know. I kind of have this, like, maybe it's never too soon. I like...
Never too soon to make fun of a death.
Yeah, I like sense of humor. I hope that when I die, people make fun of it. Because, you know, what else are you going to do? I'm dead.
You mean after you're brutally murdered?
Well, no, not brutally murdered, but it happened, and, you know, this
the boy
is
was
what
brutally
SNL
murdered.
Does. I know, but this
the
is
boy
what
was brutally
SNL
murdered.
does. Maybe it was a little too soon, but I just feel like...
After you're raped by multiple thugs.
Horrible. It's horrible.
Horrible. And they'll do like a show, and they'll have a lump that looks like you, and there'll be like all sorts of things sticking out of you.
I know, it's terrible, but honest to God, I would...
Funny, huh?
No, it's not funny, but honest to God...
Look at Christina, that thing sticking out of her, and she was multiply raped by these guys.
If I die in any kind of way, shape, or form...
We can make fun of you.
Feel free to, because I'm dead. What am I going to do? You know, I hope I made you laugh when I was living, so...
Not after you're brutally murdered, if you're run over by a garbage truck.
I know it's terrible. I know, and it's probably way too soon. But it's SNL. It's what SNL does.
You know what? It's not what SNL... SNL is doing that because...
They're failing?
Yes.
Miserably?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I've watched them over the last few weeks just fooling around, and nothing's really happening. They're laughing at their own stuff.
But it's not of Trayvon so much as it was a spoof on Piers Morgan and what a failure he is. So I don't think that it was 100% offensive, because it's not like they had Skittles and an iced tea.
Will they let us run it?
I don't know. I could get the whole episode. I just don't know where it is in the.
Oh, you mean you can't just? There's not like a little excerpt.
There's clips online of it.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Is it only through Hulu? Saturday Night Live? You can't get it online, YouTube or anything.
I think. What? How much of it is on my Facebook page?
Oh,
well, try and find. Well, you know what? We're having a private discussion here. It's boring for everybody listening. Let's go to Jake of Florida. Hello, Jake. It's Jay Thomas. Yes.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
I wanted to hear your take on the Secret Service having too much fun down in Colombia.
I just heard this a little while ago. The Secret Service goes down there, and 11 of them allegedly got prostitutes to come to the hotel. That's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. If of all the things that has happened to Barack Obama, this is the one that the Republicans will throw up bigger than anything else. To me, I went, oh my God, it just shows a complete breakdown of any moral structure. That's what, if I was a Republican, I would be on this night and day for the next 2 weeks. That is crazy. Secret Service having hookers come into the hotel. That's nuts. Now, do they have video of the hookers going in and out of the rooms? They have, what's the proof?
I don't know. Probably. All those hotels have video.
Unbelievable. Now, you know, two buddies of mine went to Costa Rica last week, and they found this hotel, and the bar is right below them. So they're in Costa Rica. They go down to the bar, and they know this hotel, and they start drinking in the bar, and the guy, they go down and they tell the bartender they want 5 women sent up to the room. 5. and whatever the number is, right? And so the bartender says we can only send 4. So they sent 4 women up to the room. Before the night was over, they had the hookers, they had all the drugs they wanted, booze and everything. Probably cost them, $500-600 all night long with these women. That's what the Secret Service guys did. They brought these women up in this drug, addled country up to their friggin' room like crazy fucking tourists.
The sex trade has got to be number 2 only to the drug trade down there.
Gotta be. You know what would frighten me though is they kill people for nothing there. But these guys were Secret Service agents, and their job is to protect the president of the United States and give their life.
Yeah, but when they see a nice piece of Colombian ass, I mean.
Wow, it's gotta all be good down there, doesn't it? My God.
Oh.
You know what? I'm a real disease freak. I wouldn't put my penis anywhere near anything south of the border or at a truck stop in Nebraska. Those are the 2 places my penis goes nowhere, okay? You could catch something in one of those in Colombia.
What about
that your penis would rot off. It would look like a plantain that had been in the sun too long, then rot and fall off. I believe that. Plantain penis. Go ahead, Garrett.
What about at south of the border in South Carolina?
I wouldn't pull my dick out there either.
No.
Either one. No. That I would. You know what? I'd afraid my penis would look like a corn dog.
Or fire.
No, but what are those guys? What are they thinking, though? I mean, they're Secret Service there to guard the president.
I'll tell you what they're thinking. It is a complete breakdown, a complete moral breakdown within the White House because of Barack Obama, this communist guy born in Indonesia. That's exactly what it is. No other answer for it. They just think you can do anything in this socialist country that he's making. And when these Secret Service guys get the clap, they're going to expect us to pay for it when they go to the doctor, Garrett. That's right. That's part of Obamacare.
That's true.
You get the clap protecting me, you go back to the States, and now taxpayers are going to be paying for your clap treatments. That's exactly what they're saying. All right. Thank you very much. Wow. Let's go to Richie of Freehold. Yes, Richie. Everybody in Freehold just walks around with their hand down on their crotch all day. Where are you from? Freehold. Yes, go ahead.
Listen, as far as that Secret Service nonsense, they're actually the uniformed agents. They aren't the ones that are, actually protecting the president. And how it came to light is there was an argument over $47. One of the agents didn't want to pay one of the girls, and I guess it spilled over into the hallway, and the local cops were called, and that's how it all came about.
$47, and some asshole didn't want to pay for his blowjob.
Exactly.
Well, look, you know what? It's an embarrassment to Barack Obama. I mean, and I'm certainly fooling around with you, but it is a real embarrassment, I think.
That's right. They said it could be up to 20 agents now.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, that's just nuts. Absolutely. Can you imagine these guys couldn't wait to go to Colombia? They had to have it all set up before they got there.
Oh, yeah, they were a part of the advanced team, absolutely. And they were
sure, we got them ready. I wonder what the signal is. When you call in your dope deal, they go, hey, you got the fertilizer? Yeah. How about if I bring a head of lettuce to you? Bring 2 heads of lettuce. And I'd also like you to bring, ready, Garrett? Like you to bring some corned beef hash. Like that. These are the signals, you know what I'm saying? So I wonder what the Secret Service Colombian signal is for Colombian Botswana. Oh, my God. Shoot the moon. Hey, by the way, 20 of us are going to shoot the moon. All right, Captain. Thank you. Right. By the way, we'll each need at least $50 per diem. Huh? Probably use the word per diem. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. What an embarrassment. Walker, Alabama, the Jay Thomas Show. Yes, Walker, go ahead.
Hey, you were saying about places where you would definitely keep it in your pants. Garrett mentioned south of the border in South Carolina.
Yes.
I was parked there one night in the truck, not even 20 minutes, and some chick knocks at the door. I pull the curtain and I roll the window down.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hey, baby, you want a little company?" And she was decent looking.
Yeah.
But she was tweaked up so bad that her face was kicking like a Mexican jumping bean, twitching.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty rough.
It's rough out there. I know. It's rough.
What a shithole that place.
You know what? Instead of like you have a doggy door, you guys that are in trucks, you ought to have a little dick door that you can just stick your dick out of. Yeah, but you just stick your dick out of the side, and the lot lizards gnaw on you, and you just hand the money back and forth, and you don't even have to see them.
Well, it should be like a transaction like with a bank, like
yeah,
the money
like a slot.
In the slot,
yeah. A little slot.
You should never even have to see their face.
No. Just feel the lusciousness of their,
Adam's
their
apple.
Lips. All right. Thank you.
The problem with that is, though.
Well, wait a minute. What's the problem?
The problem with that is, you slip. They put it in their mouth. Next thing you know, you feel a little bit of tooth action, and she's holding up a little card that says, "Want your dick back? $100."
All right, thank you. You know what? You don't want anybody that hungry down there. Okay,
well, then you
Walker?
need some kind of like a whack-a-mole system where you just knock them out.
That's right. There's like a hammer over their heads.
It's go-go gadget truck.
You know what? I saw that in the new Three Stooges movie when they get a blowjob at a truck stop. One of those crazy bits that, you only heard about. Craig on line 5. Hello, Craig. Jay Thomas here. Yes, sir.
Hey, Jay, how are you?
Perfect. Thank you.
Good. Listen, just calling about these guys in South America. I heard earlier the reason they got caught is because they were actually arguing with the hookers in the hallway over the fee for their service.
Yeah, we just had a guy call us and tell us that. And so he said $47. Right, exactly. Well, they're government employees.
Unbelievable.
So they're not making a lot of money, and they're also, these kind of square guys. You know how boring it is? I mean, God forbid you don't want anything to happen to the president, but it's only happened like 4 times in 150 years that somebody's taking a shot at the president. So it's very boring, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Well, there goes their marriage and their career.
And they fuck up. They fuck up Barack. If I was a Republican, I would be bringing this up until the election.
Yeah,
I would bring it up, and I would drag it out. I'd have an investigation. Oh, I'd be a perfect Republican. And then as soon as I got off the thing, my secretary would be just, I'd be putting, blueberry, jam on my balls.
Yeah.
Like Newt Gingrich used to do that. Go in the back and have blueberry. Yeah, whatever state the woman he was fucking was from, he would put a fruit from that state on his testicles. Yeah. I think Callista's from Georgia, so she would suck a big, peach cobbler off of him, Mm. Yeah. You could say,
Save me the pit.
Yeah.
Now listen here, folks, that one thing show. My old pencil won't write no more because the lead's all gone.
Oh, yeah, lead's out of my pencil.
Oh, the lead's all gone.
Yep. Yeah, I got it. Got it stuck in the sharpener. Now the lead's all gone. Turn it up. There he is. That's right. That's Erasmus Eraser.
I lay down in my bed just to write a line.
Yeah.
I could feel my old pencil drooping, falling all the time because the lead's all gone.
Yeah.
Oh, the lead's all gone.
Let's welcome David Rees. Hello, David. It's Jay Thomas. How are you?
I'm good. Where's that song been all my life?
You need that song. Garrett will send you a...
it's Bo Carter from 1928.
Yeah, you'll love that. You should use that as your opening.
I don't know. It's kind of... I don't think he's talking about his pencil. Literal
Really?
sense, yeah.
Really?
I don't think it's a good song.
Wait a second. Hey.
And here's David Reese with his limp penis song again.
Come on. No, it isn't about penises. It's my lead's all gone. Are you kidding?
Oh, I see.
What does the word? I've heard it a million times. I've eaten the food, and I've probably. What does artisanal mean?
You've eaten the food. Now try the pencil sharpener.
Yes. What does that mean? It's done by an artisan because you are the artisanal pencil sharpening expert.
And you can tell I'm an artisan because when I'm sharpening pencils, I wear a black apron, so you know I mean business.
Artisanalpencilsharpening.com. And is this a book that we're promoting? How to Sharpen Pencils, a practical and theoretical treatise on the artisanal craft of pencil sharpening for writers, artists, contractors, flange turners, angel smiths, and civil servants. What is it? That's anglesmith. Is that right? Anglesmith?
Anglesmiths.
That's a fabulous word.
Put angle on pipes and girders and stuff like that. Yeah.
Damn. Now,
this is a reference manual with 18 chapters of pencil sharpening techniques, designed for the layperson, and it is supposed to serve as the definitive pencil pointing reference for generations of craftsmen.
Now, you live in Beacon, New York. I lived in Woodstock. I think I used to buy drugs from your dad. I bet you I
bought
did.
Drugs from my dad.
Yeah.
They were not exciting drugs. I'll tell you that.
So your dad was because either you went in the same direction of your family or you've gone totally opposite of the way you were raised.
Well, my parents were a little bit confused about this business for a few months. I'll admit that. And then I sent them a pencil, and then I think they were impressed with the pencil, and then I got my family's blessing to pursue my dreams. So that's good.
So your
the
dream,
book to my parents.
Your dream, and you charge $15 per pencil.
$15 domestic, $18 international. That's right. And I've done about 500 pencils.
And they are perfectly sharpened. And when you receive the pencil, is it a regular number 2 pencil?
Yeah, sometimes clients will mail me one of their pencils, like an old beloved pencil from childhood, and I really like getting those pencils and putting a new point on them and cleaning them up a little.
Yeah.
But other clients, I supply the pencil, and I usually just send them a yellow number 2 pencil. My preferred number 2 pencil these days is something called the General Semi-Hex number 2 because it's one of the few number 2 pencils that's still made in America.
Wow.
There used to be many, many pencil manufacturers in America because there was a lot of really good cedar all over the country. But nowadays, just like so many other things, there aren't many pencils that are actually still manufactured in America.
What communistic, horrifying child labor country manufactures most of the pencils now?
Well, a lot of pencils these days, if you go to your Staples and you buy a Dixon Ticonderoga, which is an American brand, but if you look at the packaging, most of those pencils are now made in Mexico and China.
Now, it is really weird that you would grow up and be a grown man and really be into artisanal pencil sharpening. It's very odd, and I can see why your parents were concerned. And you've only sold how many now?
I've done about 500 pencils.
500? Well, okay. So, and the book, but why couldn't I do the same thing you're doing?
Please.
Because you probably couldn't do it as good as I can do it.
I mean,
I have a huge variety of pencil sharpenings and many different sharpening techniques. I have everything from I can sharpen a pencil using my late grandfather's pocket knife, or I can sharpen a pencil for you using the most expensive pencil sharpener in the world, and everything in between.
And do I get some sort of record of authenticity so I can put the pencil up and frame it with this certificate?
Absolutely. This is what you get for $15.
Sure.
You get a really sharp pencil with a bit of transparent plastic tubing protecting the tip, so if you don't want to use it for a while, the tip will remain safe. The entire pencil is put inside a shatterproof plastic display tube. I'm also going to bag and return your shavings to you so that you will have the shavings that go along with your pencil. The pencil and the shavings are both labeled and dated with the lighting conditions under which they were sharpened, the technique I used to sharpen it, the date of the sharpening, and my initials. And for all that, you also get a certificate of sharpening that is signed and numbered and dated by me.
Wow. Now, how big is the place that you do the sharpening?
How big is my studio?
Yeah, is it a major? I mean, to be honest, you could just do this at your kitchen table in the morning, I would imagine, or in the afternoon. I mean, I don't imagine. I understand there's an art to this, but I imagine you sitting at, some, table and looking out of a window and sharpening, or are you hunched over some sort of a real workman type bench and putting all of your mental being into it?
Well, I'm always hunched over because I'm 6'3" and I have horrible posture. But putting that aside, I've sharpened pencils in my house, at dinner parties, at art openings, at rock shows, and I was even hired to sharpen pencils on a Caribbean cruise. So I have literally sharpened pencils in a Jamaican waterfall.
Wow.
So I have a travel kit that contains all my equipment. It's kind of like a small version of my complete setup. So I'm a mobile operation. I can go where my clients need me to be. And I'm actually traveling around the country right now to promote the book on a pencil sharpening tour, and I bring my kit with me everywhere.
Now, I see, what's the date today? What are we?
16th.
16th. So is it tomorrow you're going to be in Austin, Texas?
Tomorrow I'm going to be sharpening pencils and reading from my book at a great little bookstore in Austin called Book People. That's correct.
And
then I'll be going to Dallas, Salt Lake City, Los Angeles, Portland, Seattle, all over the place. Wherever people have dull pencils, that's where you'll find me.
Do you have the book with you now? Could you read just a paragraph to us? I can't imagine that the book's more than a page or two.
Wow, you're really selling this short, Jay.
I'm trying to figure it out.
He sharpens pencils to a master's degree of difficulty.
When I first got this book contract, I was worried that I wouldn't be able to fill a book with pencil sharpening techniques.
Right.
But in the end, we had to cut about 70 pages from the book. It turns out that once I started writing, I couldn't stop.
Mm-hmm. What did you write the book with?
I wrote, well, you're going to be sad to hear this, but I wrote it using a computer.
Oh, wow.
See, the ironic thing is I don't really use pencils that much because I'm left-handed, and left-handed people know that if you spend the day writing with a pencil, by the end of the day you're going to have so much graphite smudged all over the side of your hand, it's going to look like you've been karate chopping chimney sweeps.
Now, wait a minute.
It's really messy.
You know you're this art, sharpening guy with the shavings and the certificate, and yet you don't use pencils that often.
Well, I think using pencils too often would compromise my objectivity.
Sure. Now, could you read just a paragraph from your book? Just pick any page. Page 9.
All right.
Pick page 9.
Page 9? You want me to turn to page 9 and see what's going on?
Yeah, sure. Just page 9 and read me a paragraph, page 9.
Well, page 9 is actually... I'm happy to read page 9, but that's written by John Hodgman, a friend of mine who wrote the foreword, the guy from The Daily Show.
I know John. Yeah, he's been on this show. So he recommends your book.
Yes, let's read you the paragraph on page 9 from John Hodgman.
Sure.
While the artisanal movement enjoyed something of a heyday in the heady, debt-fueled economy of the 2000s, we are now in a recession. You may wonder how a small proprietor like David Reese can survive in an economy where people may not be able to spend $15 on a sharpened pencil and maybe are just burning all their pencils for warmth or to heat up a small cup of eraser soup. And this is when Reese reveals his true nature. For unlike some pencil sharpeners, he's no rank capitalist. Rather, David is so committed to the craft that he would compromise his own sharpening livelihood in order to teach you how to sharpen your own pencils. Wow. Yes, he is literally giving his trade secrets away by selling them in a book.
Wow. Well, David Reese, artisanalpencilsharpening.com, and the book that's attached to it is How to Sharpen Pencils, and he's on this whirlwind tour. Yes, go ahead, Garrett.
What degree do you sharpen your pencils at?
You mean what angle?
What angle, yeah.
That's a good question, and it depends, of course, on the device that I'm using. If I'm using a box cutter or a pocket knife, you have a lot of control over the angle. If you're using a single burr pocket sharpener or a multi-hole, multi-stage pocket sharpener, or a double burr hand crank sharpener, or sandpaper, those are usually set angles of engagement at which point the blade is shaping the cedar and the graphite. So I do have some flexibility.
What is your favorite angle? Do you like it a sharper point, a wider point?
I like a wider point.
Well, my specialty for most clients is a sharp point. But really, this is a service I'm providing, and so I have to go on what my client is looking for. A pencil that might be appropriate for the writer might not be appropriate for the person who wants to doodle.
Obviously, yeah.
You know what I mean? So especially at live events, I always start off by asking the client, what are you going to do with this pencil? How are you going to use it? And that will determine how we attack it.
Well, how do you feel about mechanical pencils?
Do you have a copy of the book in front of you?
I do not.
Well, Chapter 11 is called A Few Words About Mechanical Pencils.
Oh.
And I'm not sure if I have to adhere to the 7 deadly words of radio on your show.
No, it's satellite radio. You could say whatever you want about mechanical pencils right now.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's a short chapter, and I'll read it to you in its entirety.
Please. By the way, artisanalpencilsharpening.com, the fabulous David Reese, who I really thought was totally scamming us, but his knowledge and what Garrett has just brought out about the angles and the equipment is so spot on. David, please accept my apologies for thinking this was some sort of scam. I didn't realize your passion. Go ahead, David.
So I'm not the first person to be a little bit skeptical about this.
Well, I was. I didn't want to be promoting, like a nut. All right, go ahead.
Chapter 11, A Few Words About Mechanical Pencils. Mechanical pencils are bullshit. End of chapter.
Wow.
They really are, though. I hate you click it one too many times, and they're so fragile.
Oh, I hate them.
Point, and they rip the paper sometimes. They suck.
What's the number one thing? Let's go around the horn. Let's go around the horn. This is something we do here, David. We're going around the horn, and it's in my head, but here it is. Okay. What is the number one thing, beside breaking the point, that I and I think many other people hate about mechanical pencils? Christina, what is it?
About mechanical pencils.
Mechanical
pencils.
Empty. You get it and there's no lead.
Yeah, refilling
all right.
the lead.
Gary the intern, mechanical pencils. It may actually be 2 answers here. Go ahead.
The erasers.
Yeah.
The erasers are
shitty eraser. That's what
and they fall off. That's
out.
not the first thing I'm thinking. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Garrett, what do you think it is before I go back to David?
I was going to say shitty eraser, too. They never seem to erase correctly.
Too shitty.
Your hand sweats and then it slides down the plastic?
You've already had an answer, Christina. Thank you.
Well,
David, that's not what I'm thinking of. It is bigger than that. What do you think I'm thinking of about my hatred of a mechanical pencil?
The thing I don't like about mechanical pencils, there's 2 things. 1, you can't chew on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, although most mechanical pencils are transparent, they're making a big display of their engineering with the spring and the clicker and everything. When you really look at it as an engineered tool, the number 2 wooden pencil is actually a better engineered design than the mechanical pencil. Wow. It just doesn't make a big fuss about it.
Here's what I don't like about it. I pick up a mechanical pencil thinking it's a ballpoint pen.
Oh.
That's the number one thing I hate, because if you're using a mechanical pencil and the eraser falls off or whatever, at least you know what you're doing.
Yes.
If your hand sweats, but when you are looking to write, especially quickly, I got to write. Let's say you're watching QVC, you got to get these prices down, right? You reach around, and I got a kid that's a draftsman or whatever. I grab what seems to be a ballpoint pen. It's a goddamn mechanical fucking pencil. Yeah.
That's called having pen goggles.
So you have no qualms about like the school pencil sharpener where you just stick it in a hole and spin the wheel a few times?
You're talking about wall-mounted hand crank sharpeners.
Correct.
I love those, and there's a whole chapter in my book about how to use those properly.
Now,
because that's the pencil sharpener that most Americans probably first used. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
And in fact, when I was in 7th grade in pre-algebra class, I actually got in trouble, and my mom got called into a parent-teacher conference because my teacher was mad that I was sharpening my pencil too often.
Now, if you did that for a client, would you send them those shavings, or do you not do that for clients?
No, I send any shavings that are produced in the sharpening process.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes the choice of sharpener is determined by the type of shavings that the client wants to have, because different pencil sharpeners produce different types of shavings.
You know, in San Francisco, they had to rethink the wall sharpener because Chinese immigrant boys were putting their penises in them. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a question.
I'm going to need a source for that.
Yeah. Oh, you'll get it. Just type in Chinese boys 1920s penis pencil sharpening.
Hey, David.
All right, I'll search for that. That sounds like a pretty common search.
It's a good one. And there are pictures of the little boys on stools trying to get their penis into the hole. Yes, go ahead,
Do
Christine.
you have any experience with makeup pencils? Eyeliners, lip liners?
I get that question a lot because sometimes women ask me if I sharpen eyeliner pencils. I only focus on number 2 pencils because in this economy we have to specialize. But I can tell you a hint that I learned from somebody in the beauty industry. The secret to sharpening an eyeliner pencil is to freeze it first. Put it in the freezer for a couple hours before you sharpen it. It'll make a difference, I promise.
Oh.
I have to tell you,
Mine's mechanical.
I am so blown away about your knowledge, and I hesitated to invite you on because sometimes we have people write these books. It's just for the money. It's just to make a joke. And you've answered questions way beyond the research that we have found. Now, I'm holding in my hand a Dixon Oriole. Are you familiar with that pencil?
Yeah, I've sharpened lots of Dixon Orioles. That's the pencil that's like one step below the Ticonderoga in terms of quality. That's a decent, mid-market number 2 pencil.
What's a number 1 pencil or number 3 pencil? Is there such a thing?
Yeah, the numbering system is the American equivalent of the European HB system, which is to say that it is a way of designating the hardness of the pencil lead. Pencil leads are actually a mixture of graphite and clay. The more graphite that's in the mixture, the softer the lead and the darker the line. So that's the type of pencil that an artist would want to use. The more clay that's in the mixture, the sharper you can make the pencil and the lighter the line. And that's what a number 1 pencil would be.
But you know what? I have to tell you, you may be totally bullshitting us. This is unbelievable, the scientific facts about pencils that you're throwing out here. Is that what it
No, this is... I mean, there's a lot of humor in the book, and there's some silly stuff in the book. But every single fact in the book about pencils is true. I did a
But
why
aren't you a pencil user? What's so weird is, why would you be an artisanal pencil sharpener, but you're not a user of? I mean, I thought you were gonna say I would never pick up a writing utensil other than a number 2, or I would never use a computer for my long-winded rants or whatever. But you'll do the pencil, but it isn't the bane of your existence.
Let me put it to you like this.
Yeah.
Would you expect a heart surgeon to perform his own heart transplant surgery?
That's a good point, Jay. Is it possible to sharpen a pencil so sharp that you can't write with it?
Ooh.
Well, that's another question that I get from my clients, and sometimes that's known as the phenomenon of the irregular pin tip. If you are using a single-blade pocket sharpener, if you sharpen the pencil a little too much and don't complete the rotation such that there's a little bit of graphite that remains on the end of the pencil, when you first apply that pencil to the paper with any sort of pressure, you're probably going to break the graphite point. And since the composition of graphite is such that it won't break regularly, you're probably going to shatter the point and have to refresh the pencil point more or less from scratch.
Wow.
So there is a risk to over-sharpening a pencil, which is why a lot of hand crank sharpeners actually have adjustable dials that will limit how sharp you can make the point.
By the way, right now you're listening to David Reese, the artisanal pencil sharpener. For those of you waiting for the girls of the Lubbock Fantasy Maid Service, they'll be on in about 15 minutes.
Eric on Twitter wants to know what the number 1, number 2 pencil is out there.
Well, the one that I prefer is the General Semi-Hex number 2 because it's a nice, well-made yellow number 2 pencil, and it's still produced here in the United States. So I have to say that's one of my favorites.
Are all your sharpenings a conical sharpening?
What's that?
Or you could sharpen a pencil to make like one slice down the front and one slice down the belly.
What does a conical mean? You mean
like a cone?
My God!
You are so impressive. What were you reading while you had kidney stones?
What's the matter with you? A conical?
Are you looking for an apprenticeship? Because I'm looking for an apprenticeship.
See, he knows.
I swear to God, he just got out of a 10-day horrifying hospital ordeal with a kidney stone.
Now he's got a PhD.
Wow!
Perfect.
Now let's go to Chris. Are you in Montana, Chris?
Yeah, Jay, Montana.
And you're. By the way, what do you think of David Reese, the artisanal pencil sharpener?
I think he's just a plethora of knowledge.
Unbelievable. I was ready to just. I was going to slam him. I was going to just destroy him, trying to come on here and bullshitting me, and so now, of course, I'll be sending pencils. Yes, go ahead, Chris of Montana.
Hey, you were asking what we don't like about the mechanical pencils, and one of the main things you guys forgot was the balance of the number 2 or the wooden pencil and how it sticks into the ceiling just right.
That's true.
Sticks into the ceiling? Is that a boy thing?
You mean you throw
one up at the ceiling right here?
David, is that you just throw it in the ceiling, David, and it goes perfectly into the ceiling?
I cannot endorse or recommend the use of pencils as projectiles or weapons. That goes against my code of ethics.
Speaking of, David, do you talk about what happens if you get a pencil in your eye?
The final appendix in my book is basically a reproduction of information about what to do if you get a pencil stuck in your eye.
A Dixie cup, right? I was told a Dixie cup.
Wait a second.
But a Dixie cup over, that is exactly right.
Yes.
Wait a second. I have never, hold on. Chris of Montana, have you ever heard that you put a Dixie cup over your eye if you get a pencil in it?
Never once. But,
now, wait a minute. I'm stabbed in the eye. Is the pencil still in my eye?
Yeah, you can't remove that yourself. You have to protect it with a cup.
And I know this because actually, years and years ago, I actually used to work for an eye surgeon. So I learned this from both ends, if you will.
You mean people would come in with a pencil stuck in their eye?
It's usually like a second grader.
God.
If you get a pencil stuck in your eye, the one thing you do not want to do is have the pencil moving around in your eye. So even trying to pull the pencil out is going to do more damage. So what you do is you take a Dixie cup, cut a hole in the bottom of the Dixie cup that corresponds to the circumference of the pencil.
Right.
You very carefully place the Dixie cup. You put the pencil in through the Dixie cup and then tape the Dixie cup to your eye, and then you go to a hospital within the next month or so.
Within the next month.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Chris. Let's go now to Adam of Maine. Adam, you listen to the show every single day, and we've had David Reese, artisanalpencilsharpening.com, How to Sharpen Pencils is his book, and look for his incredible tour. Adam, what have you thought of this?
I think you ought to play Pencil Neck Geek. I think it was that fucked up singer there, you know?
Garrett, who sings Pencil Neck Geek? Do you know? You mean the wrestler?
Yeah.
Lou Albano.
Yeah, there's that other guy that now did it too, you know?
Yeah.
Classy Freddie Blassie.
Classy Freddie Blassie. David, do you know the wrestlers in the Pencil Neck Geek thing? You ever use those songs as a introduction to you?
Oh, it'd be perfect for this fucking idiot.
No, because I don't like to have introductory music or walk-on music, because then I think people would think that it's some kind of fun event. Where actually, I'm trying to school people. It's like an adult education, continuing education course.
Now wait, this guy Adam just called you a fucking idiot. Hold on a minute, Adam. Why would you call up and recommend a song and then?
Because I think it's a funny song for him.
Well, what do you think about the fact that he knows everything there is to know?
I can't even believe I fucking remember the song. It's like fucking in the early 80s.
I'm not talking to you about the song. The guest had some great stuff about pencils. Why would you call and make fun?
Pencil Neck Geek ain't a good song for him.
It is. I'm talking about the interview.
What the fuck? I'm talking about the song.
All right, get rid of him. He's fucking drunk, ruining my whole show. Let's go to Eric of Indiana. Yes, Eric, go ahead. Line 3.
Hey, Willie do colored pencil.
Get rid of this fucking idiot. I'm so sorry, David, you're having to hear this. So sorry. It's not one of those normal shows where really good questions come in to the guests.
Listen, I'm used to a little bit of confusion and frustration and anger on the part of internet commenters whenever somebody writes about this business. It's hard for some people to wrap their minds around what I'm doing, but that's fine.
I got you.
By the end of this book tour, everybody will believe what I teach them.
And I think on that we're gonna say so long and thank you, David Reese, ArtisanalPencilSharpening.com. How to Sharpen Pencils is the book, and the tour is in full swing. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take it easy.
Later.
Bye.
Wow. He was good.
Yeah, that was great.
And really, you know, I'm surprised. I will tell you that right now.
About the Dixie Cup?
Yeah, I've never heard anything like that.
I learned that in first aid class.
And the fact that he had all this information about the pencil, he must have like a photographic memory or something. I don't know. So
he had like 3 facts about the pencil.
He probably smoked shavings.
No,
he
Garrett,
knew the one kind he liked.
Lead.
Garrett, he knew everything you asked. You asked him 5 things.
Yeah, I knew all the answers to those questions.
No, you did not.
Oh, yeah, like who doesn't know what the numbers in the pencil mean? Darker
I
or
had no
lighter?
idea. None whatsoever.
Yeah.
Why didn't you write the book then? You're so smart. Look what he's doing. He's just sold 500 already.
You guys
What's that? What's 15 times 5? How much is that?
75.
Well, it's $7,500 he's got. You don't have that.
No.
I didn't get my answer to my conical sharpening question either because you guys were so agog over
Does anybody else
the word conical.
Well, it was pretty impressive. Does anybody else
Agog.
find it weird that he enjoys chewing on the pencil? Isn't that, can't you get lead
Everybody
poisoning
loves
from
to do
that?
it.
No, not everybody.
No, paint chips you get from that. Have you found the Trayvon Saturday Night Live section of the...
Yeah.
All right. For many of you, you know, there's an old saying. Hold on a second. There's an old saying. It says, tragedy plus time equals comedy. I don't know that enough time has passed for there to be a comedic bit being done about the Trayvon's murder down south. But let's listen to what they tried to do on Saturday Night Live.
The Trayvon Martin case. A cry for justice. A dramatic arrest. But can they get a conviction? All this and nothing more as I desperately grasp for straws on Piers Morgan Tonight.
Good evening, I'm Piers Morgan. If you're just listening to my accent and not the words I say, you'll think I'm quite intelligent. The Trayvon Martin case continues to rock the state of Florida, and I continue to cover the case by talking to lesser officials and tangible celebrities. Joining us first is the head of the Florida Tourism Board, Jeremy Reff. Jeremy, welcome.
Great to be here, Piers. Yay for Florida!
Now, many are criticizing your state for its stand-your-ground law. Do you think the law should be repealed?
Absolutely not, Piers. Crazy laws are what Florida is all about. Okay, it's the number one reason maniacs come to Florida after Disney World. And stand your ground is only one of the laws that we're proud of. We've also got I for an iPod. That's where if someone borrows your iPod without asking, you can legally take one of his or her eyes. There's also you snooze, you lose. That's where if you're asleep, people can just come in and kill you.
My favorite one's coming
And we
up.
just passed a law where if someone leaves without saying goodbye, you can feed them to an alligator. And that's called see you later, alligator.
Oh, my God.
I see. And finally, do you think Florida's prosecutors can convict George Zimmerman?
Absolutely, Piers. Absolutely. No, we've got the same crackerjack team that got Casey Anthony a lifetime in prison. She what?
Now, of course, a lot of legal questions surrounding George Zimmerman and his defense. Here with his analysis is the closest thing we could get to a legal expert from Law & Order SVU, Ice-T.
So stupid. Fucking Ice-T.
What's up? Looks like you're talking to Ice-T.
Now, Ice, what was your reaction to this whole situation?
I reacted the same way every time I see my girl Coco's ass. I say, damn.
Do you have any insights into how this case might develop?
Yeah, you see, I'm more of an order guy than a law guy, but I do know this. A lot of times when a crime is committed, you think it's gonna be the first guy you talk to. But then it turns out to be a different guy. But other times you start suspecting a different guy and it turns out to be the first guy. That's why you gotta watch the whole episode.
Now, do you have any sense of how long this whole trial process could take?
Yeah, in my experience, the police stuff takes up the first half hour. Then the legal stuff takes up another half hour. And then in between you hear something like this.
Thank you, Ice. Of course, George Zimmerman is now the subject of protests and outrage. Joining us now is someone who's also facing protests in Florida, Miami Marlins manager Ozzie Guillen.
Hola, Pierce.
Now, Ozzie, you were suspended this week for praising Fidel Castro in a press conference. What prompted your comments?
Well, we had just played a baseball game against St. Louis, so I figured everyone was wondering, hey, Ozzie, what are your thoughts about Fidel Castro?
And you're the manager in Miami, where there's a huge Cuban population who hates Castro.
Well, exactly. It was foolish of me. It's like I love Hamas, I love Hezbollah, but I would never say that if I were in a Jewish neighborhood, no.
You know that Miami is full of Jews, right?
Oh, no, I did it again. What are you doing? Oh, well, go Marlins.
Yes.
All right.
Go Marlins,
Wait,
indeed.
you gotta hear Kim Yang.
Go where?
There we go.
Joining us now, to make sense of the media circus that's sure to surround George Zimmerman's trial, is a couple that knows all about media circuses, new super couple Kanye West and Kim Kardashian.
It's Jay to the...
Tell me, what do you make of Zimmerman's arrest?
I mean, it took far too long, fam. How'd you wait 46 days to arrest somebody?
I know, 46 days, that's like half a marriage.
So, you're advocating on behalf of Trayvon?
Without a doubt, I feel for him, fam. Maybe it's just the black man in me.
I also know what it feels like to have a black man in me.
Lastly, I know many people are wondering, is your relationship for real, or is it just another publicity stunt?
Oh, it's for real.
It's a stunt.
Hey, I love this woman, fam. As I said earlier this week, she's my Beyonce.
Only without the singing, or the dancing, or the acting. I'm a zero threat.
Thank you, Kim Yang. Thank you, Kim Yang. Here with a few final words is our senior correspondent, the guy who danced on the wire at the Super Bowl.
Hooray! It's me, I'm back! I've been bouncing up here for 68 days! Yay!
Now, Wireman...
Stupid. I don't even know what that means.
Well, I think it's becoming a circus, and I should know. I sacrificed my testicles for the circus of life. They're all the way up in my lungs now, but I do it for the arts. Yay!
Wonderful. Well, that's all the time we have. Join us tomorrow when we'll discuss North Korea with Demi Lovato and the dog from the artist. For the legacy of Larry King, I'm Piers Morgan. Good night.
Wow.
You see what I mean, though? It wasn't
Very funny.
about Trayvon. It wasn't
You're
about
right.
him walking. It was a way for everybody to kind of...
I was unable to do my normal how awful it was and actually began to enjoy it and then realized that it was... I want to thank Saturday Night Live for letting me not have much to do for 8 minutes and 48 seconds. All right. If you've ever thought you needed a topless maid in your home, and if you think there should be a law for it or against it, in Lubbock, Texas, the people at the Lubbock Fantasy Maid Service are in a bit of trouble. Melissa, is it Borette or Boret, is coming on? Well, how do you say her name? She's an actual cleaner. She's one of the maids. She's the owner of the Lubbock Fantasy Maid Service. She'll be with us next, offering nude or topless maid services. man needs a maid.
Neil Young.
I know. I can't believe it. I know. He's so serious too. Listen, he's just so full of incredible shit. It's unbelievable. Now, who is he dedicating that to? You know, violins and a man needs a maid.
Probably about his heroin addiction somehow.
Yeah. It's like when you go, hey, can you deliver me, can I borrow a cup of sugar? You know what I'm saying? You know, signal. No.
Have your maid bring me over some sugar.
Exactly. Yeah. Come on. Reunite with Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, you prick. Hate it when he won't go back with them. All right. Hey, let's go to Melissa. Is it Borrett? Borrett?
Yes, that's right.
How are you, Melissa? You're the owner of the Lubbock Fantasy Maid Service.
Hello. Yes, sir. That's me. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Go to LubbockFantasyMaidService.com. You know, I was a basketball announcer, and we played against Texas Tech years ago when I was at University of North Carolina at Charlotte. And I really had this is a long time ago. I had a great time in Lubbock. You can have a good time in that town. People don't believe that, do they? Hello? Melissa?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Now, let me ask you a question. Is there some distraction? Because I'd like you to try and focus the next, 5 or 10 minutes on this.
I'm sorry. My daughter,
How old is she? Is she running around the house topless, pretending she's a fantasy maid?
No, she's wearing some shorts and a T-shirt like a normal 3-year-old girl.
Wow, good. Now, what's going on there? Is this a picture of you? Are you one of the fantasy topless cleaners, or are you just the owner?
I'm not a maid. I am the owner.
Cool. So now what happened there? Because in California, this is legal. In a lot of other states, you send the women over, and it's pretty explicit here. At no time can you solicit a maid for sexual services, and the only time that you can take your clothes off is if you're a nudist and your entire family takes their clothes off. That's correct, isn't it?
That is correct.
Wow. So what's going on? What's wrong with the uptight cops there in Lubbock?
Well, I'm not really sure. I think they misinterpreted the law. You see, they believe that the sexually oriented business ordinance refers to anyone disrobing. However, they're basing that on their assumption that people aren't going to be able to control themselves upon seeing a naked woman. And I think it's simply because they can't.
Yeah. I mean, to me, the people that really worry about all this are the most uptight people. I would imagine the conservatives, they're so frightened what they might do if they see a naked woman. It's more their fear, and so what they do is they put it on you. You're a wide open, I'd take my clothes off in front of you. You wouldn't want to attack me, would you?
Oh, I wouldn't attack anybody. I mean,
no, of course not. I have my clothes off and I'm mopping in front of you, and my ass. Suppose my ass is in your face as I'm mopping. Huh?
Well, I would certainly try to keep your ass out of my face.
Well, okay, maybe that's a bad one. But now, what about these tips? The person cleans up. It costs maybe $100 an hour for one maid, $150 an hour for two, and at the end, I want to tip them $25, $50 like that. The police seem to think that tipping is a problem also.
Oh, do they? Yeah. Well, they hadn't let me know about that.
Yeah. They don't like the tipping. It seems that they think something happened.
No, I mean, like, honestly, if I were a guy and I were a gentleman, and a woman came and took her clothes off and talked to me and wasn't totally awkward while she was cleaning my house, I would think it would be worth a tip.
Well, exactly, and they do a good job. They do a good.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, do a good job of cleaning up. Where is is there a father of that child that could watch that kid a few minutes while we're trying to conduct our
I'm sorry about that. No, it's just me and her. That's why I...
Yeah, he ran off. All right. You didn't meet him at a Megadeth concert, did you?
No, but
No?
we went to a Metallica concert.
Oh, you went to Metallica.
And Slayer, Slipknot, who else? I saw Lamb of God 3 times.
Yes, well, we're just trying to
Can
figure
I ask a question, Jay?
Hold it. LubbockFantasyMaidService.com. Melissa Borrett is with us. If you live in the Lubbock area, by the way, for law enforcement and for veterans and for people that are public heroes, you can get a discount. We'll tell you more about that in a moment. Yes, Christina, go ahead.
Hi, Melissa. How do you audition these girls? Do they have to clean your house topless or...
Well, I don't require them to clean my house necessarily, but I do send them with training. I mean, I do have an auditioning process. Sorry about that. Trying to make the TV play. Yes, I've been
Can you turn on some sort of video to keep that kid quiet? Can you put Dora the Explorer on, would you please? Something.
I put on Ice Age. How's that?
You'll go ahead. I know the guy that wrote that. Go ahead. We'll give you a couple of minutes. We'll talk among ourselves.
I got it already. It's already
Oh, you've already done all. You're right there doing it. So go ahead. What's the audition process like?
Well, right now we're meeting with some girls, and we've already done some photography for some new girls. We're getting to know them. Part of that process, honestly, is just hanging out and getting to know these ladies, finding out what kind of things they're into, find out a little bit about them. Obviously, we have an application process where we find out their backgrounds and we do background checks and whatnot so that we make sure everyone we're sending out is legit. And
do you ask them if they clean
previous
topless
experience?
Yeah, do they clean topless at their own homes?
Well, I haven't asked them that. In fact, that's a good thing to question, but most of them actually don't. I mean, most of them do it closed.
All right, they're good. And now, you're in a grocery store and they have a spill somewhere. These guys ever yell out, "Spill on aisle 69, spill on aisle 69." Kind of a joke.
Right. Well, not in front of me because nobody recognizes me in public.
Right, I see. Now, this nudist policy, the LFMS, which is the Lubbock Fantasy Maid Service, you provide services in homes where nudists live, but if the nudist answers the door nude and has immediate family members, mixed gender, present, then the customer may also be nude. That's a good rule. The relation must be provable by identification. What sort of identification does a nudist carry normally?
Oh, well, a driver's license, passport.
Right. Oh, you mean you want their name? I thought you'd have to see
I just need to make sure that they are related.
Right. How often does that happen that a family of nudists has somebody over to clean?
Well, in Lubbock, Texas, never.
Yeah. Never happened.
It might happen somewhere. You never know. I don't know of any nudists here in Lubbock.
You lay it out here. Any dirty business is strictly prohibited.
Strictly prohibited.
Now, they're at the TV station. Just the fact that employees are topless or semi-nude in this case is just not allowed. That's what the police department said.
That's what the cops said.
Wow. Okay. Well, that kid, by the way, have you made a lot of money and this kid's doing great because of this great service of yours?
Yes. That's definitely things getting a lot better. Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, and here's the government trying to stop an honest, hardworking person, small business person. Well, I see it's time either for a nap or to say goodbye to our interview. Lubbock Fantasy Maid Service. No, it's great. No, it's wonderful. I love children.
We got some new pictures on the website.
You got the new pictures up?
Yeah, new pictures on the website.
And who's one of the newest gals we can see there?
Right there we got Angel and Star.
Angel and Star. And are they committed to helping you with your chores around the house?
Yes, they absolutely are.
All right. Well, it sounds like your daughter is calling for you to give her some Benadryl laced milk. So why don't you go take care of that? All right.
I think just some mother's love.
Baby, thank you so much. Melissa Borat, thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Wow. Pleasure.
Oh.
Man, what a wonderful...
So wait, so Mary Jane, it says here in our prep, Mary Jane will request that you do a walkthrough to ensure complete customer satisfaction. That's not an innuendo?
A walkthrough? No, I mean, after it's all over, you
That's
walk
what a real
around.
maid does.
Who's moving the microphone around back there? What's all that?
No, Garrett, that
Stop
was
it.
you.
No, you know what? Stop it. And I heard you both talking during the interview and stuff. You know, we're only here for 3 hours. Fucking focus. Yeah, I heard you bullshitting in the
This is
background.
the one time that we really weren't.
This is the one interview we did.
Really? Well, too bad. Then you're being punished for the times I didn't catch you. Hold on 1 second. You don't know this or not. You read about the mole at Fox News. Guess who's my mole? Gary! What were they just doing? Yeah. He's not an intern. He's been watching you and sending me fucking reports
Go ahead,
for the
Gary,
last
tell
4
him.
weeks. Go ahead, Gary, my mole. Go ahead.
They weren't doing anything, Jay.
Lying little bastard. Sounded like you were. All right. Anyway,
you could hear that over the baby crying.
I could hear everything. I could hear it
Are
all.
you sure you didn't mistake us for some...
Look, I'm ADD. I can hear
infant?
everything. Yeah. By the way, that kid sounded awful.
Oh, God, can you imagine? I would
How
give
about
it some
what I
cleaning
said?
products and end it.
Where's the daddy? She met him at a Metallica concert. Oh, my God.
That child was conceived in a porta potty.
I sometimes hear news stories, and it makes me laugh because there are just people that are too lucky. They make too much fucking money, and even though they entertain us and everything else, you like it, or I like it, when their lives are upset. Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, and Jonah Hill have just completed, and it's getting ready to be released. It's a 20th Century Fox film called Neighborhood Watch. Okay? Mm-hmm. And it's about them being George Zimmermans in their neighborhood, right?
Yes, yep.
So now 20th Century Fox is worried that they can't release a movie called Neighborhood Watch about these nerdy Neighborhood Watch guys. And so they're going to have to recut the trailer. Because in the trailer, they show the guys with, I guess, either guns or their fingers like a gun or something looking right at the camera. But in the movie, aliens land in the neighborhood. So now when they do the trailer, they're going to have to show,
People
something.
are going to think that's racist.
Oh, it's terrible news for them. Who wants to go see a movie called Neighborhood Watch? Do you feel like laughing
That's like
at a movie about George Zimmerman type guys, except aliens come down, right? Good for them, right?
I don't think they planned all of this.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's good for them karmatically.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck them. They're rich enough. They're too rich. Let somebody else act in movies. I'm not bitter much. But let other young, funny actors and actresses fucking be in movies. Ben Stiller's getting a little long in the tooth to keep playing the same, guy, right?
Yeah.
An American Indian tribe has sued the world's largest beer maker. The world's largest, all of them. The Pine Ridge Indian Reservation is suing every beer maker. Anheuser-Busch, Miller, Molson, Coors, Miller, Coors, Pabst, all of them. The Oglala Sioux tribe of South Dakota is demanding $500 million. What was that?
It's the
door.
studio door.
Oh, my God. Let's go around the horn. What do you think they're suing all the beer manufacturers for $500 million?
Who is suing?
The Oglala Sioux tribe of South Dakota is suing every major beer company for $500 million. Gary the intern, Mole, whatever your name is.
Mole.
What do you think the reason is that they're suing them? $500 million.
For turning all their people on the reservations into drunks.
Yeah.
For turning everybody on the reservation. I don't believe they allow booze to be sold.
Yeah, but
you're saying just having the beer in the vicinity causes the poor Indian, what do you call them? firewater-loving Native Americans. Okay. Blaming all of that on them. Christina, what do you think it is?
Yeast infections?
Yeast infections. Because of the barley and the hops?
Yep.
All the women are just dripping. Garrett, what do you think it is? What do you think it is?
They were swallowing bottle caps. And they hurt.
Nope. Gary's right.
What?
Because their stores sold beer near the reservations. It made everybody a drunk, right? What about suing the horses for getting them to the fucking, to the cooler? Jesus. All right, I had so much fun today.
Wow.
Hey, tune in for the Jay Thomas After Show. That's completely silent. No one can hear it anywhere.
One of those.
It's nowhere. Goodbye.